Bum, bum, bum.
The, the Grey Wanderers managed to destroy the remaining Hellfire engine in the lava-filled room, although taking heavy damage on half the party. Nasira's quick thinking and dexterity, she goes and back for the pythons that were dropped earlier, and is able to make handholds for the group to make it to the closest hallway in the room. The group then finds an inactive portal, a library with some spell scrolls, and what looks to have been a meeting room. Eldwin then realizes that he can telekinesis the remains of the Hellfire engine to safely transport the group to the other hallway, where the group finds anti-magic jail cells, with an older-looking gentleman in one of them who goes by Reldin. Reldin claims he was captured by the devils and was unsure what they wanted from him. Eldwin finds an illusory wall with buttons that opens/closes the cells and turns on and off the anti-magic fields. Not finding anything at the time, the group, with the help of Reldin, managed to take control of the Devil's Portal and drain the room of lava. Aurora, inspecting the buttons further, figures out a combination that opens a secret room with treasure in it.
And there was also the event with the altar where Reldin was able to lower the lava.
He did say that.
Oh, I must have missed it.
I don't think he mentioned the altar, but he did mention the draining of lava.
Yeah, the draining the room of the lava.
All right.
And I went back and listened to the last bit of the stream because I fell asleep last week.
What?
Well,
Yeah.
last Wednesday was the day that I had that work thing at 4 a.m. So, I had been up for quite a while when we were
couldn't tell that you fell asleep. We had no idea.
You were just watching it and you got to the point where we were just there like, Sierra. Sierra.
But I think from what I heard when I was re-listening to the stream, it sounds like you guys pocketed everything except 4,800 gold, if I heard that correctly. So Nasira would carry that. It encumbers her, but she can still walk. So she would pick up the rest.
Oh, was there 4,800
heavy encumbered
left
or light?
over?
Oh, well, I listened through the stream, and based on what different people called out that they were picking up or dropping, like I came up with 4,800 as what was sitting on the floor at the end. But I think
so. Maybe we can go through it again because it's still here. There's the 8,000 old world coin. I think 4,700 was taken.
I think 4,700 what was left after.
Yeah, and then Robert dropped 50 and 50 because he was picking up gems and valuable holy symbols. So that's how I came up with the 4,800. Because when you posted the 47, it was after people had picked stuff up. That was like what was still on the floor, or at least that's what you said in the chat, if I understood it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm not sure what people added to their sheets or to the party treasury.
Well, obviously, I can't confirm what they added in their sheets, but based on what people said aloud on the voice, that was what was left. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want, maybe just take a quick look and see if your sheets kind of reflect that. Make sure no one took the 4,800 by mistake. Otherwise, yeah, Nasira could just take that.
Yeah, my
character 4,800.
Yeah, my character's my character's half a pound from encumbrance, so looks like my character sheet's right.
Okay. So let's see. It is the 44th of summer at 10:20 in the morning. You had just had the big battle, and the devils seem to have fled, or at least you didn't find them here. The lava room seems to be safe now, and I think you sent your snake to go speak with the elementals. The only danger you know of is the large elemental kind of stalking around outside. So what does the group want to do?
Did we collect the essences?
I think so.
Did we do
Is
that?
there anything it'd be on Eldwin's Kakashi, I think.
Initially, the room was full of lava, so we couldn't. So I didn't remember. I didn't hear in the stream that we did anything after we drained the room, because Aurora found that secret room, and that was the focus after we drained the lava.
No, we did collect the essence because I
Did you?
remember us commenting they were CR16.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think someone took them.
We did that
Should've been
like
Eldwin.
right at the start, I think.
Yeah, I believe it may have been Eldwin since he was the lava walker.
Okay.
So yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. He would have been able to collect even before the lava was gone. Okay, yeah. Because I only listened to like the last quarter of the stream, so okay.
All right. So yeah, like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't
So
think know.
we
Things.
so are we going into hell to try and find the crystal?
No.
Oh,
Well, the
no.
alternative is we kill the giant lava keeper outside.
We might have to.
Honestly, I think we have a better chance of doing that than going to the hells.
Yeah, since
Well-
we made the enemy of the hells and all. I'm sure every devil.
Well,
yeah, and if we
I could get
if
you
we-
to the hells, Reldum says, but it would be very difficult for you to return with that
it sounds like
crystal.
suicide.
It's a dangerous place, I will say.
So why did they lock you up here again?
As I said, I was ambushed, and I believe they wanted something of my powers. It's probably the only
Right.
reason I wasn't killed. I
Where
don't
did
know.
they find you? Where were you when you were ambushed?
He says, well, like you, I am a denizen of Gaian, but I was traveling amongst the astral plane doing some research for my magic. It's surprising that these devils didn't just kill me, though. I assume they had a use for me, else I probably wouldn't be standing here.
Hmm.
Devils, unlike demons, tend to have much more purpose in their evil ends and machinations.
Well, once we do deal with whatever is happening in this area, if you need a lift back to Gaian, we know the location of a portal.
He says, oh, yes, that would be useful. Thank you.
So-
Whereabouts in the Gaian do you hail from, just so I can give you a rough distance on how far you might need to travel once we get back?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Andrea.
He says... Hang on a sec. I'm having trouble finding the note. Oh, that's not it. Where am I from?
I'm
I
getting
mean,
old, you see.
have
It
it
takes me
right
time to
here.
remember.
As a
Uh,
player, I have a hypothesis on where he's from.
I
But-
I hail from the Darrock Empire. He
Okay.
says I have a bit of a shop there where I serve various lords and ladies of the noble persuasion. But my studies and my craft require constant improving of my skills, which does take me to dangerous places such as this. He kind of gestures around him.
What
No.
is
Hey,
Yes.
the...
that's the human empire place, right?
Yeah.
He nods and says, yes.
I'm glad our race did something good for themselves out there.
We've even talked perhaps about heading there after we wrap up errands that missions that we've been working on. We had discussed that the Darok Empire might be this group's next objective in following some mysteries that we've been investigating.
Says, well, I certainly owe you for saving me from these fiends, so perhaps I could help you if that is your destination.
What is your shop called? Is it a market shop or?
It's less of a marketplace stall and more of a private study of mine. It doesn't really have a name. I'm just more known by my reputation among the more well-to-do of the city.
I see.
Less you run a shop and more people are willing to pay for you. Or your talents.
Yes, my talents aren't something that most people require. I am a bit specialized in my craft. Well, I suppose many could benefit from my talents, but there's only so much time in the day. He gives you a small smile.
In which field do you specialize?
Says, oh, well, I'm an arcanist, of course.
Oh, I thought you meant something maybe slightly more niche than that.
Yes, I do too love burning things down.
Says, well, this is a bit more to the arcane than destruction, though granted...
Oh, arcanist. I thought you said arsonist.
No. Though I can summon fire, it isn't generally my first go-to when times are troubled. I will say this temple is quite amazing. I'm starting to understand why the devils were so interested in it. That altar seems to be connected to a powerful elemental conduit. It might be something that could benefit, well, maybe you all, or myself included.
In which manner?
Says, well, it seems there is a very powerful elemental node underneath this temple, which the elementals sort of naturally harnessed when they were part of this place in control of it, or I assume they did, to strengthen them. Though with the right applications, you all might be able to benefit from said elemental node as well.
I'm all for gaining power.
He says the altar, at least when I was doing my ritual, I could feel some sort of surging energy. I don't know exactly how to harness it, but given time, myself or maybe even one of you would be able to.
By any chance
Possibly
do you
with
speak?
or go ahead.
By any chance do you speak? Was it Ignan?
Says I do actually.
Ah, perfect.
He says, but yes, I think either through communing or study, one might discover the secrets of this place. For those of the arcane who are less interested in conventional magic usage involving intelligence and such things.
So like me? Is that just to clarify? Do you mean like me?
As well, yes.
I'm overdoing
I assume by your symbols that you serve a higher power. I would guess that anyone could benefit from this node in different ways. But this is just my guess. I was only exposed to it for a limited time.
Perhaps we can work with the elementals to free their friend from the devil's control.
Well, I think freeing it involves us getting that black crystal. I think that's the catch 2020. I think that's the short of it.
Well, as I mentioned, the gate is sealed. I can unseal it for you to use, but at least for now we should be safe from invasion. I'd be very cautious about going to the Hells, especially if you're going to wait a bit, as once they figure out they can't return, they might set up scouts around the gates to look for others who enter, or look for openings to quickly move through. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got in this position by waiting too long. I think it's a matter of, if we're going to go, we should probably just go, or we should just accept that we're probably gonna have to kill the keeper.
I have no interest in invading the Hells just to try and save this one elemental.
Yeah, I think we do just meet
It's
with
seems that-
salamanders and agree on a
tried our-
battle plan.
We tried our best, and we saved the elementals we could.
It's probably a wise decision, he says. I do not recommend the Hells unless one is desperate.
That's an adventure for another time.
We can always discuss with the salamanders. Hell, maybe they're willing to go wage war in the Hells.
Maybe.
He says,
If
well,
we have,
here, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that would be the only reason I can see going in there, is if we're going to have like a pretty much army of elementals, although them getting in here to help us without us getting rid of the keeper, I think would be hard.
Says these elementals are allies of yours, then.
We made a tentative deal. They couldn't enter the temple because the devils had put up wards against them.
Oh, we should probably get rid of those wards.
I
Since
think
we
they
had-
had more or less weakened. I think they had been saying they had been weakened.
That's how-
I don't...
That's how our little friend had managed to come see us, as the wards had weakened, so he was able to get in.
Yeah, but we should destroy the remaining ones.
So you plan to give this place back to these elementals, then?
I mean, we don't have much use for it, and
Yeah.
we pretty much ransacked all their treasures already, if we're completely honest.
As well, as I mentioned, the elemental energies below this place could be a powerful asset.
That is true.
Although,
Well, if you wish-
obviously,
if you-
here, go ahead.
If you wish to stay and study this place, the elementals may welcome you, but we have little purpose in remaining here for longer than we must.
He says, that makes sense. Just mentioning that it could be a powerful asset to whoever controls it. The gate over there could be possibly used to travel to other realms besides the Hells, given time. This could act as a powerful stronghold, if one were so
Oh.
inclined.
Hey, by any chance, do you know how to get out of this place? In the Astral Sea? I know a few Githyanki that are kind of stuck.
Yeah, this area of the Astral Sea seems to be kind of like a weird pocket, from what we've heard.
That's odd. I don't know of many areas like that in the Astral Sea, but perhaps with some study I could figure out more. He says, I must admit this isn't the area I was when these devils attacked me, so...
Okay, well,
Hey.
first things first, I think we need to coordinate with the salamanders to take out the keeper.
Yeah. I don't remember. Were there actual runes we had to go to, or was it just kind of like a thing of, as we are killing these guys, it was slowly getting weaker?
I don't remember.
Scoville was able to enter after we'd cleared out a number of devils. So
Yeah,
I don't think we
that's
had
why I'm confused.
actively. Yeah, I don't think we had actively
well, Scoville,
disarmed the wards. Yeah, good.
I think he came in... where did he come in from? I don't think he came in
one
through
of the lava passages or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
think of-
so I think he came in through a lava passage. He didn't actually come in through the front door. He was small enough that he could sneak in that way. So the main entryway is still
Okay,
still
well,
barred
then
from
let's-
the elementals.
Let's take care of those wards because we sent Scoville out to go coordinate with what the elementals want to do next.
Did we maybe want to? How long do you think it would take us to fiddle around that altar?
He says, well, I believe it would probably depend on how in tune you might be with the elements or the arcane or perhaps the divine in your case. I couldn't give an exact estimate. Discovery is often a bit random.
True.
But I do, as I said, sense a great power coming from it.
Maybe we should have a gaze at that first. I'm interested.
Are we stealing the power of elementals? That doesn't sound like you.
Hey, who said stealing? Additionally
Academic.
benefiting from.
I mean, we helped the elementals, didn't we? We're giving them their temple back.
Oh, but whenever I want to take things, it's suddenly, no, Robert, don't do that. Doesn't belong
traps.
to you.
It's only when the only time we told you not to take things is when we wanted to check them for traps. The rest of the stuff we helped you take.
Look, we're happy taking the gold when it's not on fire. Speaking of which, what do we do with that gold?
We did end up
The
sending it
bag
out in
is
this era.
full, and all of our individual bags are full.
Yeah, maybe Roldan can take the leftover gold.
Oh no, I listened to the end of the stream and I put the amount you guys left on the floor in Nasira's inventory. She's encumbered, but she's not heavily, so.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Well,
Once we get back to the
correct-
ship, we can unload.
correct me if I'm wrong, Reldon, but you were saying, like, we wouldn't be, like, completely stealing all this power from them. It would just be, like, I would additionally be tapped in.
So from
That's
what
what
I
it sounded
can,
like.
from what I can tell, the node seems to be almost an infinite source of magical energy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I had very limited exposure to it. Perhaps you or someone else studied in one of the sources of energy. Should have a look at it.
Elvin?
I can definitely take a look at it.
Let's have a geezy. So I'm guessing it's like arcane for him, religion for me.
Yeah, so the initial roll would take an hour. So you can make a roll, but it will take you about an hour to study this. The roll would be Arcana, Primal, or Religion. If you want to wait the hour, tell me before you roll, because we have to pass the time.
I can, like,
Yeah, we have to wait
We
for
don't have much to
Scoville
do.
anyway, so yeah, you guys investigate, do your thing.
yeah, I'll look
Yeah.
at it.
Alright, so we're passing some time here. Just let me
I'm
know
not
if
going to guide
anyone
myself on this because it would take too long.
is doing anything.
Right, Lou?
What did you say?
I'm assuming this task would be over such a long time I wouldn't be able to use guidance.
You would have to use a spell that lasts at least an hour.
Yeah, that's what I had assumed. I just wanted to confirm. All good.
Yeah.
What's that one spell? Like, Eagle Splendor or something?
Yeah, actually, I
Enhanceability.
think we have an enhanceability scroll somewhere. If one of us wanted, maybe you wanted to use it. Because you probably have a better arcana than I. I'm pretty sure someone said we have an enhanceability scroll.
Well, it can be
Not
arcane,
the bag, so
religion, or nature.
Yeah,
when
but I
you-
think his arcane is still better than mine.
Yeah, I know a lot of times I hand the scrolls off to you or Eldwin if they're a niche spell that one person can use. I usually don't record them. I usually tell them put them in your inventories.
Let's say I don't have it on the bag, so
Maybe I have it.
it's either
It also
I'm
could have
just
been
a liar.
used.
It's a cleric spell, so it's very possible we handed it to you on Veer and said, "Here, put this in your bag."
I mean, yeah.
Generally,
might
I
be able to use it.
generally I only put them in the bag of holding if no one can use them.
It also could have
Well,
been
actually-
used by someone if you don't have it.
No, I did say I found it is in my inventory. I'm just
Okay.
a liar. I thought it was in the bag.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I could use that.
Alright, so the initial hour, as it's passing, about 45 or so minutes in, your ally Scoville would return. So he comes slithering into the main hall and would be surprised that the lava is all gone. And we'll look to... am I bugged? Hang on a sec. He will look to Aurora and say, the elementals are pleased by this turnout. The Guardian is still a danger moving around outside, but if you clear the seals on the entrances, they should be able to get in. And afterwards, they can use this temple as a staging ground to possibly deal with the Guardian.
Yeah.
Do we know how to remove those wards? Perhaps we'll have to wait for Eldwin and Anvir and...
So your
Weldon.
guess would be a dispel magic. It's usually the
Yeah.
go-to for breaking seals such as those.
Yeah, I suppose we should let them finish their research at the altar. They've been at it for a little bit of time. Let's let them finish up, and then we can go to the entrance and see if we can take care of those wards.
All right.
And yeah, since I did have that scroll, I would have given Eldwin the intelligence one.
All right. So Eldwin is making this an advantage. Go ahead, give me your rolls if you've been researching, studying the altar.
Do I want to put in insight? You know what? Just for the fun, I'm going to put in insight and just... Or inspiration. I think they're still called insight from a period of time when you had called them insight.
Yeah, it's just.
But the +2 to
inspiration.
rolls. Oh, 30.
Nice.
Oh. All right. So you would.
I actually rolled better.
Yeah. So you would discover some things doing your research. It seems like tapping into this temple's energies at the start of a day will give you a spell, an extra spell slot of your highest level. So you can
Oh.
draw energy from the temple at the start of the day if you long rest here.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You also, I'll say, because you rolled pretty high, you can also use the altar's energy, again at the start of the day, to imbue your weapons with fire energy, giving you an extra d6 fire damage once per turn on attacks.
An extra what?
1d6 fire damage
1d6.
once per turn.
Very nice.
Ooh. Fancy.
Well, now that we've got these elementals as allies, I mean, we can probably, we would probably be welcome to visit here anytime we are in the Astral Sea or in need of the powers of this temple. You know, I imagine that they're not going to tell us we can't return.
Yeah, at some point we should set up a temple to Hildar in Ember so I can use the spell that allows me to recall to a place of my divinity.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. All right, let's go check out the runes on the door and let those elementals get back in here.
Yeah, I think I should have at least a few spell slots to get rid of these things.
Alright, so you're
Totally.
gonna unseal the temple and have the elementals join you?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't actually have to move there. Just pass some more time. Let me know if anyone wants to do anything else.
Could I have done a short rest while they were studying the altar?
Yeah, anyone who wasn't studying the altar could have spent a short rest.
Thank you.
I'll do that. 2. +1 second win.
Sure.
That's basically all I get. I gotta spend some hit die. Hold on, I gotta pull up my calculator because I can't do math.
All right.
That's good enough for me.
Can't believe I got 30 total of that. With that inspiration point. That was bloody good.
Just taking some notes while I pass time. Again, feel free to let me know if you are doing anything.
Alright, if you haven't, you should probably pick up your revolver.
I'm pretty sure she did.
I would have, yeah. Even if I didn't mention, she would have picked it up.
Yeah, just to have it on record.
Yeah.
All right. So you said someone has dispel magic that they were using to unseal the temple.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
All right. So I'll say, are you just doing the front door? There are actually 3 different entries with seals on them, or 4. Sorry, there are 4 different entries. One on the roof, one on each of the sides of the walls. One with one was one that you came through on the front door.
Well, whereabouts are the elementals ready at the moment? Or are they waiting to come here before?
They're kind of waiting because being outside is dangerous. So yeah, they're kind of waiting.
I would playing translation device with Aurora. Ask Scoville if the keeper is kind of like, is he like patrolling around or is he just stationary out there?
So I believe the device didn't actually work with Ignan.
No. I'm saying I'm using Aurora as a
As
translator.
I see.
Yeah. When Oliver asked me that, I was like, hey, Wizard Man, quick question. Is the big fucker outside moving around or staying still?
Did you say Wizard Man or Lizard Man?
Wizard.
Yeah, lizard.
Technically,
Yeah.
he is a little snake, or not
Snake.
little, but a
little
small
snake.
snake. But you
Like
would
a
say
snake.
the creature is sort of moving around, keeping watch over the temple. Last, when I was moving through the outside, he was behind the temple. But I've seen him in several areas.
Hey, Oliver, currently the big fucker is behind the temple, but still moving around.
Okay.
Do you have to step outside to do the dispel? Can you do it from just inside?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where would be the best place for them to come from so I can dispel that place.
Gotcha.
And then worry about the other spots later. So I think for what I'll do, I'll ask Scoville which area would be the most secure for everyone to try and come through.
As well, the
Some of that.
front door would be the quickest, as the roof and the parapet, they would have to climb up to get up there, which could take longer.
Yeah, and the other ones aren't particularly easy to get to.
No, those, pretty much they would have to use that lift, or they would have to be able to fly to get up on the gates.
Okay, I think I misunderstood. So all 3 of them are like up.
Yeah, there's one on the roof that Robert found. There's one on the east, which you guys found, and there's the one on the west, which you guys came in through, the ladder.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I understand now.
Oh yeah, let's just do the front door.
Yeah, so I would just do the front door for now and worry about the other ones later. I'm more worried about just giving them that entrance they can run for and get in.
Alright, so some time is passing, and you would get the front unsealed, so the elementals have access now. Okay.
I'm using a slot for that, or just time, and
It would be a slot. You would use one of your spells
yeah,
for that.
I assumed. Sometimes you've said, oh yeah, you can do it as a ritual with certain things. I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, for this it would be the spell.
That's the wrong spell, but it took the slot anyway, so that's fine. We all know what I meant, dude.
Yes, you cast daylight on the seal.
So some more time is passing. Again, let me know if anyone's doing anything. So the elementals wait until they have a safe time to move in, and around 2 p.m. They would join you within the temple. Moving around when the guardian is basically in a different area. So Rushi's car.
Can I maybe get some bandages?
Sure.
The elemental salamander would come before the group and thank you. He says, we owe you greatly for saving our temple from the clutches of the devils. He says,
You're very welcome.
we will make sure that they are not able to take it from us again. And he says, anything that we can do to help you in your tasks, just let us know.
Well, we are interested in being able to come and go from this place without the elemental shooting our ship down. Unfortunately, we were not able to retrieve that crystal. We would also tell them about the portal, I imagine, and that it's sealed.
I'd imagine that as well.
Yeah.
Alright, give me one moment.
One.
Engineer wise guy.
Just adding them to your factions.
I'm a wise girl. Come on, get this right.
And I,
Guys, 6.
can I assume that our service to you makes us allies henceforth?
He says, we are grateful for what you've done, and you can consider us friends.
Excellent. We don't have any specific plans for a great deal of activity on this plane at this moment, but it is good to know that we are welcome to return should we wish to revisit you and your extraordinary temple.
He says, of course. So wait, what did you ask of him?
I'm
before that?
just confirming that we're friends and we can come here if we need to in the future.
He says, yes, you are welcome to
Take
visit.
refuge here and use the temple's powers, and yeah.
Oh, do you mention drawing energy from the temple?
I probably wouldn't specifically because I'm not an
Actually-
artist.
Yeah, I probably would ask her about it because like I would have, now that I know what it is and all that kind of stuff, and it seems pretty limitless, I can't imagine them having an issue, but I also don't want to just do it behind their back.
Give me a persuasion check.
Anybody want to help with?
Well, I haven't, even though I didn't mention the arcane stuff specifically, since I've been talking, I assume I could help or no.
Yeah, if you want, I'll take up to 2 rolls from the group. Just tell me
Hold
what
on,
you're
I got
saying.
this on me.
Oh, okay. No, but yeah, I heard up to 2 and then
Ah,
realized
too
I
late.
shouldn't have rolled.
Too late.
Alright.
At least this year.
So, he seems surprised. He says, I did not know that your kind could even benefit from the energies of this place. So you're saying there's a way for you to draw out the power of the great elemental.
It does appear to be, but it doesn't. I don't think I would deplenish it at all. It seems near infinite from what I could figure out.
He says the energies do sustain us, and our energies and essence in turn help sustain the magics of this place. I don't know if humanoids would as well help to replenish. I will have to consult one of the shamans on this to see if it is possible, or if you doing this would eventually drain the temple of its energies. But if it is something that is will be an ongoing, or that will not drain the temple, I would be happy to allow you access.
Even if it
Go ahead.
ends up being, I was going to say, even if it does end up being something we have to be careful with, I completely understand.
As well, I shall return with an answer later. But if you wish to just visit and speak with us, you're always welcomed here.
Right.
And maybe we can do some trade at some point. I believe you did mention you guys had some interesting oddities.
He says, perhaps there are things that we possess that might be of interest to you.
Yes, I believe Scoble said you had some fire resistance potions.
He says, we do. Do you wish to trade for them? Do you have something that could be of value to us, perhaps?
That is a good question, actually. I guess we don't really know what you...
Well, if we're going to help with the Lava Keeper, it'd be useful to have the effect of a fire resistance potion going.
Says, well, I had assumed that it would be us dealing with the Lava Keeper. You've already done much for us, and while we might take some losses fighting the giant, I feel like we couldn't ask you to help any more than you already have.
Well, if
there's
we Sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. Oh,
No, no.
okay. Well, there's a fleet of Githyanki soldiers on the island over who wish to find a way out, but they can't because of the Lava Keeper.
Well,
So-
like I said, we could take care of the Lava Keeper.
What if we work together to take care of this Lava Keeper, and you let us use a few of those potions to better our odds, and then perhaps we can see what other items of power we might trade after the task is done.
Yes, maybe we can have a three-way temporary alliance.
Again, give me up to 2 persuasions from the group.
Crap.
So he would say, well, the Lava Keeper is more than just fire damage. He employs hardened magma boulders as well. But,
we felt that.
yes,
Robert knows about those.
His main attacks tend to be fireballs. If you are willing to help us, that would be very kind of you. Again, I feel like we have asked quite a bit of you already, but I will not turn down help, as it could help protect some of our numbers.
I think
mean,
it
we
is
had
wise to band together so that there are as few losses as possible, since we were unable to regain control of the elemental as we'd hoped. We are invested in taking care of him so that we may leave this island and without our ship being burned. So if you would provide us with 3 of those potions to aid the assault, we can work together.
He thinks for
Right.
a moment and nods and says, that seems fair. I would have
yes, 3.
one ask, though. He says there is some valuable essence as well as some items of power that the Keeper has possession of. I wish those to go to my tribe once he is slain.
Do you have? I mean, I understand there may be heirlooms or items of your tribe that you have particular interest in, but we would love to perhaps receive some compensation ourselves as well. And if it is different items of power that you would like to offer, then we would be happy to consider that so that you can retain the ones that have more importance to you.
Less significant ones and more just ones you have that are able to be given.
Yeah.
Or perhaps anything left over by the devils.
Give me persuasions at disadvantage. Again, up to 2 of you who've been talking.
Alright, guys, this time I'll roll well.
Good job.
I was about to slap you for saying that, and then you rolled actually alright.
So he seems a bit hesitant. He says, well, I suppose if you really, if you must, we can allow the essence to be collected from the creature if such things interest you. But the magical items that he possesses, I must insist that they go to my tribe.
Oh, to clarify, we were saying you can keep the ones he possessed, and maybe you have others of less importance we could have instead.
Agreed.
I think that's what the original.
That's what I was
discussion-
trying to
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Yeah. I would like if it's like a treasured heirloom or something of great importance to their tribe. Okay, that's fine. But they had mentioned they had some magic items outside of whatever we get from the keeper, and so we'd like to have maybe a gander at
Credit.
some of those. Yeah.
Credit. We would like credit.
Give me another persuasion check, again at disadvantage.
Look at you go, Robert. Yeah. Good job.
So he says, I noticed you did take a lot of the treasures that you found in this place, which pretty much were all of our treasures.
How long did you say that the devils occupied this place?
That's something Robert would say.
How long have they occupied it? He says they drove us out maybe a month or so ago.
So the devils were here a month and you think they left us anything?
He says, well, I have sensed some of the magical items on your people.
Have you?
I feel like at this point,
He
it's
kind
just
of
looking
points
around
at
like,
Robert's ring.
Ring?
Points at, Eldwin's ring. It's just like one example.
Ring. Oh, Scoville was good enough to retrieve that from a corpse that we found in the lava. I wasn't aware that was one of your heirlooms. It was a humanoid corpse, in fact.
A few others that I assume you may have taken from our treasure vaults.
Like what?
He says, well, I mean, the treasure vaults are both open and nothing is in there.
And the devils were here for a month.
At this point, Umvir is just looking around like,
A
what? This is
deception.
Honestly, out of character, I am actually trying to remember what magic items, like, any of us are actually wearing.
Cloak, the cloak,
No, but the
cloak,
cloak
okay.
was found in a ruined room.
and the ring. Which
Bracer.
well, the
Bracer.
ring wasn't from a vault, but yeah.
There's the
I don't think
cap,
I don't
the
think
bracers.
anyone's wearing the braces. I think those.
Who
ones
has
are
the cap
inside.
and the bracers?
No one has
There's
the
some
cap.
jewelry. There's some.
Yeah, but if it went
potions.
into-
To be
But
fair, all of us are also so loaded with gold, we are actively slower.
Yeah, as
Right.
you're talking, there's like coins like popping out of people's. Like, what do you mean? Oh.
What are you talking about? Jigga, 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 jigga.
Like, oh please,
No, I
this is
was
all stuff we did
genuinely-
off.
I-
Those
the
I was
devil.
treasuries were
genuinely
looted when
curious.
we got here. Okay, go ahead.
Like,
Give me
do
a
we
deception.
Do we even want the cap of water breathing? Like, what are the other things? Like,
Could
you
be
know,
useful. Could be useful.
I mean, yeah, it could be useful, but it's attunement, isn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, we took from the devils, not from you guys. Come on now.
I think in not even in Onvia's mind, but I guess in Onvia's mind, because it was my mind, I assumed, like, because this temple seems older than the elementals, I wasn't sure if they even knew about half these rooms.
That was my impression as well, honestly, but
I assumed that when they were talking about other items and stuff before, they meant stuff they had in
Yeah,
the cave.
I-
They were like,
I
So-
know that, I mean, just other than gold, there's nothing on Nasira's person that would have a magical signature that would be familiar to these elementals.
So were you trying
Yeah.
to use deception here?
Oh yeah, I'm playing dumb.
All right, go ahead. Give me a deception check.
I'm gonna use an
You want-
inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, did it roll twice? Oh no, I guess that other one was a few minutes ago. Gotcha. So 20?
He says, well, regardless of who took our treasures, we have seen that both of the treasury rooms are looted. So at this point, there is not much we can offer you besides, well, some of the potions we managed to escape with.
Well, the essence and the potion sound adequate, unless anyone else objects. And then you can retain your heirlooms that the keeper holds.
on Viz in his mind, it's like, okay, at least one of those rooms we technically didn't steal from them because they only knew about 2 of them.
Yeah.
Just a
Alright.
mental note.
All right. So, when do you think you would be able to help us fight this creature? How much time do you need?
Look, well, we can get into contact with the Gith right now. Who
Yeah,
has
but I
the
think-
radio?
But I think we
I
should
think I
plan
do.
the actual assault for the morning, perhaps, when we are fresher.
No,
Uh,
that sounds like a good idea.
And that way we can also get in contact with the Gith Yankee and they can give us aerial support. Although they might not want to do that.
Yeah, that would be quite dangerous to them. Because, they already got one of their planes almost shot down.
Yeah, actually, yeah, for the Gith. Because we're also trying to curry favor with the Gith, so it's probably not worth bringing them over.
We can ask them though. It doesn't hurt.
I mean, we could contact them if we're going to
Well, we
spend our long rest here. Then you could contact. I assume you still have some magic that you could send
No,
them.
we have the
They
radio.
gave us the radio.
They gave
Oh,
us
that's
radio.
right. Okay, so we
Yeah,
could let
you
them
have the
know the
radio.
plan, and it'd be up to them whether they can lend any support when it goes down or something.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
We do what Nasira said.
Yeah.
We
Well,
make a
already-
plan with the elementals for this lava keeper, and then we'll inform the Gith of that plan so they can be standing by and know what's going on and possibly help if it ends
they
up that
wish.
they have a way to help.
All right. So, tomorrow you and the elementals are going to attack the Guardian. And you said you're going to contact the Gith and try to get some support from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
I'm not-
can you lend us some artillery?
Yeah, I think we're just mainly being like, I mean, obviously, if it's gonna get you losing a ship, we don't want that, but, like, if you have anything you can do.
Yeah.
We also have a shit ton of gold now, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We could just offer to pay for some artillery shots. Like, do you guys take mercenary work?
All right, give me one
What
moment. Just making some notes. Alright. So you use the radio to get in contact with them. You would get Ensign Korik on the radio. He says, Wanderers, it's good to hear from you. We were getting a bit worried. Do you need evacuation, or were you successful?
The large majority of what we can do here has been completed. We've managed to gain some allies, make allies with the inhabitants of this place, and are planning to get rid of the obstacle in the morning. We were just curious if there was any long range, extremely long range support you could send at its way that we could compensate you for, or obviously we don't want you risking another ship before it's destroyed, but we thought we'd ask.
As well, the smaller skiths are easily destroyed by its projectiles. The only thing I could think of is bringing the battle cruiser in and trying to rain some fire down on it, though that could risk the cruiser itself, depending on how hard those projectiles hit. I'll have to speak with her. Go ahead.
I think the most important thing is that you're aware of our plan and that the assault is occurring so that you can monitor the situation kind of from afar and perhaps find opportunities if they come up to assist. But I don't think we want to necessarily have you bring in the ship right away if it's not.
Yes, we don't don't want great risk to happen. No.
Alright, let me speak with Captain Yalora and see if there's any kind of support we can offer without putting ourselves in jeopardy. We'll be in touch.
Over and out.
Alright.
Sounds good.
So while you're waiting for that, anything else happening as the day is passing? Let me know.
Probably not.
Alright, so Korik would get in touch with you later, and he says the captain wants to hold the ships back. He doesn't want to risk any of our ships for this, especially since several are still under repair.
Understandable. I mean, I think it was just important that you knew what was happening tomorrow, and hopefully all should be clear once we complete this assault.
Yeah,
So-
honestly, this was a purely, if you had the long range means to help, you might want to, but otherwise, yeah, we should be able to get through it.
Yeah, it's just important that you know that other than the giant keeper that we are going to try and take out tomorrow, the other elementals are our allies and are not. You don't need to consider them hostile.
Says that's excellent. I'll let the captain, or I'll let the captain know, and we'll be ready to pick you up for extraction when you've finished. And that's all I'd say.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Like, Aurora, can you ask the elemental chief if they know the capabilities that of this keeper? Like,
Is
if
he
I can
still
get a
here?
better idea.
Oh, I'm here.
No, I meant
I'm-
I mean, I don't.
I meant the elemental.
I don't know.
Yeah.
think
So the temple is filled with the elementals now.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just got rid of the bloody thing, so they could come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all in here
Like,
now.
if
There's
I
a
can-
bunch of them.
Like, if I can get a better idea of what magics work and don't work against the keeper, Anvir and I might be able to work something out.
All right. Also,
And-
they would come to the group. I'll say Ruji's car comes to you again and asks if you have the magics to remove the other seals, because their people can't do anything to them.
Yeah, that's fine. Especially if we're planning to spend the night and attack tomorrow, I can get rid of the rest of them for it.
All right, so you're going to use another 3 spell slots to do that.
Yeah, so that will be my last third, fourth, and fifth.
Okay.
Still got a seventh though.
Nice.
And tomorrow you'll have
Watch
two 7th.
So
Well, that,
that-
Wait,
yes.
Oh yeah.
no,
So that earns
That's
the group another renowned with the Astral Salamanders.
what about you, Reldon? Up to what can you do? Regale us with some of your tales.
You actually haven't seen Reldon for a while. You're not sure where he went.
Wait.
Pretty sure
Reldon was-
Robert would have kept an eye on him because he found him suspicious, but okay.
Do you want to look around and see if you can find him?
Not at this point.
Alright. Yeah, you thought he was with the group in the main room, but now, like, you kind of just start looking around, like, wait, where'd he go?
Can I look around and see if I can see any, like, hints that maybe he's got an invisible or something like that?
How would you know that?
How about by casting See Invisibility?
That is one way.
That'll do it.
Alright, so, yeah, if you want to spend another spell slot. So you do
What?
see invisibility. You're looking around the place, but you don't see him anywhere. I'm guessing maybe Robert mentioned it to you, and that's why you're suddenly like, wait, where is he?
Yeah. Although I also have a very high passive perception, I probably at some point realized, wait, there's a head less here.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of elementals and others moving about the temple now, so he might be in the library or something, you're not sure. But at least you don't see him in the main hall here.
I actually might go to the library, I forgot that was there. Actually, Edwin, is there anything we might want to research? Because I think I'm trying to think actually, trying to think what might be worth trying to research. There's a few, I'm just trying to limit it to one.
I was I was thinking of scribing a spell for this upcoming fight.
Because, correct me if I'm wrongly, you said, like, the way this library would work is we could choose one subject, and that would be, like, the subject we could study in this library ever.
Well, you could use it once. So you could use
Yeah.
it once to do a research project, basically for free. And you might, if you spend a day there, you could get some extra lore. So it would just depend on what you want to research from it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out as well. Because there are some things, like the Seven, and that town, and just the bloke in general. I've forgotten his name now.
The bloke in general.
Yeah, the Red Wizard. I can't remember his actual name right now.
Reldon?
Reldon.
No, the Red Wizard, the one who burnt down Candlelight.
Not the wizard in the red robes, but the other red wizard.
Some other red.
The one who was referred to as the Red Wizard
Yeah,
at
gotcha,
the point in time.
I forget his name too, but I know we got
like
it.
Reeve, Takana Reeve, or something like
That
that.
sounds right. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves?
Arcana, yeah.
Alright, give me one moment. Oh, and yeah, let me know as time is passing if any of you are doing anything.
Blue, on the renown page, there's 2 different entries for Star Strikers with different renowns.
Oh, did I put a second one? Okay, so it would be the second one then. I'll just delete the other one. Right, yeah, because that's the only thing you've done so far is
I guess
traded with the
I have
Quit.
I have a potion in progress, but I'm assuming I can't do that like on the run, or can I do it with alchemist?
If you have the correct kit, you can work on it anywhere.
Okay, no, I was just looking at the downtime activities and I see I started one. So if we are passing time, I guess I'll work on that.
Yeah, give me a moment. I think there it is. All right. So you should have enough time left in the day to do a downtime activity if people want to put progress towards one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
As long as you meet the requirements to do so.
Was Voli able to get back with us?
Voli, I believe, is at the ship. Him and Dosha are back at the ship. So they're still camped out there as far as you know.
Not the digging ship, but the ship on this island, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the crashed pirate ship, which
Okay.
technically isn't owned by anyone now because
It's owned by Robert. I don't know what you mean.
I think we can repair that.
Yeah, Robert's the last remaining crew, so it obviously
You
falls
know.
to him.
I'm sure we'll run to Orvo eventually, just as a devil. You know.
That's true. He could come back very annoyed at you, or maybe happy. Maybe he'll love being a devil.
I mean,
Yeah.
it might be better than a revenant.
Why do we think he's a devil?
He's-
Because Hell Siege weapons capture the soul of anything they kill, apparently, according to Reldon.
Oh.
Reldon.
turn
Yep,
it into a devil.
anything killed by a hellfire weapon is sent into the river Styx and comes out a devil.
Yep.
Interesting.
So
Well,
we
that's
were
what
in
I think.
great danger.
Any chance we can get back to the ship?
That's probably a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, traveling across
I need
the
my downtime activity on me.
traveling outside is risky right now. You could try it, but there's a chance you might get attacked.
Before we end up settling in for a long rest, could I see if Regizka managed to talk to the shamans about me potentially tapping into their magical source?
Yeah, so later on in the evening, he would come back and he would say the temple does get drained by such activities, and while it would probably last a while, even with the draining, we would prefer you didn't do that.
Well, we're not
So,
planning on staying after we take care of our task tomorrow. Would you allow just our two arcanists to draw some small bit of power tomorrow to help with this battle?
So you explained to him what you'd be getting out of this, the spell levels?
Yes.
Alright.
Because I think it only would benefit Eldwin and
Yeah, we're the only
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it could benefit the others, giving them fire.
well, I guess the
attacks.
weapon
Oh, the
thing.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, against the
Well,
lava keeper,
but
I don't
yeah, it
think
would not
it's
be
gonna be
as-
great.
Yeah, that's not going to be.
Wouldn't be as useful against the lava keeper.
See, does that only last for a day, the weapon stuff?
Yeah, so I don't think you can fail this check. He would say if it's just for the one day, then I think that should be fine. But
You have our things.
says of course. So he would meet up with the group later to discuss battle plans. So there are a couple of ways they can help in this battle. They can either concentrate fire on the creature, reducing its HP, or try to distract it, reducing its damage.
Ooh.
Are they very effective against it in trying to reduce its HP? Because aren't they all fire, pretty much? Fire and bludgeoning.
Yeah, I mean, so it's mechanically speaking, yeah, you can either have them kind of lower its because they're not gonna fight with you. It would be too annoying to track all of them in the battle.
You don't want to play 30 DMPCs?
No. So yeah, basically they could use their tactics to try to take some of the attacks off you, or just make it a little bit weaker by attacking it, like offense or defense.
So, do we want to try and take less damage? We'll have to deal less damage.
I'm not going to tell you
Well,
the
I think
exact amount they'll do for each, though.
I think my preference might be the focus fire. Try and burst
Yeah.
down in fewer
Me
rounds.
too.
you
Here's,
know?
here's
I
my
think so too.
here's my argument: is we have seen in the past that if we fail that saving throw, it will one shot. It has the potential to just instantly down us.
I mean,
We
that-
got hit by it once on the flight in, and 3 of us went unconscious.
I think that the elementals will probably suffer more losses if they do the distraction route for us. But you're right.
I think they're gonna suffer losses either way.
Okay.
Man, it can't kill us.
Yeah, even
we kill it
firing from the
first, so-
parapets, like they might get hit with some of the boulders.
how many of us can be equipped with some form of fire resistance?
That's why I asked for 3 potions, because Nasir is already resistant, and whoever wears that ring would be resistant.
Yeah, we should be able to.
Yeah,
As
so
of
they
right
would have
now.
given you
That's
the
right.
3 fire potions.
Yeah, so that already.
I think it's still, yeah, I think there's some big bludgeoning still, but it's going to help.
I think it's half.
Like, oh yeah.
Like I think half of the damage is bludgeoning.
Yeah, and so it'll have that half. But still, yeah.
Do they
And,
tell us its vulnerabilities and resistances and/or immunities?
Oh, that's true. We were asking about that.
Yeah, they can give you some information.
Elwyn Bath, yeah.
Yeah, because if I need a magic
So-
weapon, I can't fire from the parapets. Because my hand crossbow's not that good at range.
So they would tell you it has no vulnerabilities. It is immune to fire and poison. It's immune to, or it's resistant to acid, lightning, and piercing and slashing damage.
Is it
Okay, so,
all piercing and all slashing?
Yeah.
so we want bludgeoning and what else?
Cold.
Any other elemental type besides
Other
fire,
elements
poison,
other
and
than-
acid?
Yeah.
It's immune to exhaustion, paralysis, being petrified, poisoned. It also cannot be knocked prone.
If I am in contact with it, will it burn me?
You mean if you punch
Good
it?
question.
Oh, if I stand on it or if I punch it? Yes. In both
Uh,
situations, I'd like to know the answer.
So they tell you that there is intense heat coming off of it, and if you start your attack nearby it within 5 feet, it will burn you.
That does put me I'm resistant to the heat, but I must be in close contact in order to deal damage effectively.
How intelligent is this thing?
It is average
Is that like
intelligence.
Average for a humanoid or average for
Yeah,
beast?
for like a
I think it's
humanoid.
universal average. Is what I'm assuming.
Plus,
10.
plus 0.
Okay.
wait, I thought it had to
Look
be
at-
like stupid low intelligence because it wouldn't be able to be dominated, right?
There is nothing.
Well, it was
that's,
dominated.
I think actually it's the opposite. I think if you're overly stupid, you can't be dominated.
Yeah,
the
that's
creature was
that's
dominated. But
I don't know.
yeah,
Someone compared it to a phoenix like a few sessions ago.
I don't remember that.
I think it was on
Well,
I don't remember that either.
But no, it actually, maybe that was someone like maybe making an assumption. But yeah, it actually is. They would tell you average intelligence. So it's
okay.
it's actually smarter than several of them of their kind. Because in general, the salamanders aren't super smart, except for some of their casters and shamans.
well,
Do they give us an idea of what saving throws it's good at? I don't know how to say that in character. Like, what does it shrug off the best?
Well, they tell you it's slow moving, so it can't dodge very well. Again, its intelligence is average, so things that affect its mind would be more, more effective. Those would probably be the 2 biggest weaknesses they could tell you. Well, it's actually not slow moving, but it doesn't dodge easily. We'll say that because it's actually pretty quick, but that's because it's big. It takes big steps.
I don't think there's a single. I don't know if there is a single cleric spell that affects intelligence saving throws.
I got one spell.
Could I hit it from the parapets with a longbow?
Depending.
I mean, if you want to stay out of combat, you could, I guess, stay back on the parapets. That wouldn't necessarily make you safe, because there would be possible incoming fire and stones.
What would make me safer?
I mean, it couldn't punch you unless it came up to the wall, but I guess if you really wanted to, that could be an option. But then, you know, if
How
someone
to
went
be
down,
safer.
you wouldn't be able to go give them a potion or anything.
How to be safer? Do not fight.
Yeah, I mean, with a
Run.
bow, you can usually be pretty safe if you stay far enough back.
Do you know Earthquake, or do we still have that scroll? We had a scroll of Earthquake at one point. Isn't that bludgeoning?
I
No,
think
They
so.
used
It doesn't
on
do
the-
bludgeoning. Buildings falling on top of you as a result of the spell do bludgeoning. I think is how it works.
Yeah, pretty much.
Didn't we have one of those?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
have
it was used.
Oh, you have it,
Oh,
okay.
you didn't use it? I thought you used it.
No,
I
it's
know
a level
we
8
talked
spell. I
about
haven't
using
risen
it
it
a few
yet.
times, but yeah.
So, I also know that if Nasira, you can get within punching distance, I have no good way of getting my sync attack. How the fuck you say that in game?
I mean,
In character.
well, you're pretty good at hiding, so if you just hide between your strikes, you should be able to get advantage.
Unreal, can you imbue my weapons with the radiant power?
Actually, that brings up a good question. So I had was me and I can't remember who I was talking to, but Lou, I just want to make sure I understand how you're running your games at the moment. If I'm playing a 2024 character, I can't use any spells from 2014, right?
You can use
Or I just can't use.
Well, you can use 2014 spells. It's just if there's a 2024 version, you have to use that one.
Okay. Okay. I think I misunderstood when you were first telling us about it.
Unless
'cause
it's
you were
one of the
all or
banned
nothing.
spells, like, you know, my favorite spell of all time.
Okay, yeah. I think when you I think you were telling us about building a class as all or nothing, and I misunderstood that as spells as well. So I've just been limiting myself on these spells completely needlessly.
Nice.
So
Fucking
yeah,
nice.
yes,
I mean,
I can do that.
I think most, like, what are you talking about? The elemental resist one reaction?
It's not even that one. Because he was asking about the radiant weapon, and that's a 2014 spell to give your weapon holy damage.
Yeah, I mean, that should be fine. I don't remember that being overpowered, really.
It's definitely a stronger one because it's like adds 2d8 radiant to a weapon for an hour.
Yeah, but
But
it's
it is
higher
also
level, isn't it?
concentration. It's 5th.
Yeah, 5th level and concentration. So that's good, but I wouldn't say it's great.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good, especially for fighters though. But yeah, it's I would not say it's broken by any chance. Not like the one they had to nerf recently.
Yeah, no, you're fine if you want to use that.
Too easy. In that case, I'm going to be fiddling around with spells for a second.
Okay.
So yes, the answer is yes, Robert. I'll have that one prepared for you. I've just got to fiddle around with my slots for a hot minute because I'll probably be changing a few out.
And just to
Might be
confirm, or go ahead.
I might be thinking of Druid, but isn't there a cleric spell where you can cause the target to become vulnerable to a particular element, even if they were previously resistant or something like that?
Elemental Bane. I don't know if that's.
That might be. It's probably Druid. Is probably where I'm
Cleric.
remembering it from. Yeah.
Oh, and what was the tactic you wanted them to use? To decrease its health or its damage?
I don't know if we had decided.
I
think-
think the damage one might be the best. I'm just so worried, like especially like Elduin or somebody, if they get hit too hard, just going down in a hit.
Yeah, Elemental Bane is Druid, Warlock, Wizard, and I assume you don't know it. Oh, Eldwin.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't-
was-
I don't really.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not.
really
It's,
have a
really, it's very
damage
situational.
type.
spell. Yeah, yeah.
It's good if you're going all in on a single damage type.
Right. Well, I mean, like I've had it on my druids sometimes, but the druids can change what they have prepared every day, just like clerics. But it's a whole different thing for wizards and warlocks to take that spell because it's so situational.
Well, for wizards, you just
Anyway, okay.
scribe it into your book.
True, but we gotta find it first.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those spells that's valuable enough to take on your level up.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
All right. So passing time then, or wait, I just need to know the battle
What do we
plan.
want the elementals to do, guys? I voted for offense, but I'm fine either way.
Yeah,
If
I'm
else
I'm
feels
for
different.
offense also.
All right. So
I
you
mean, it
want
sounds like I'm the only one saying damage resist, so
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
I
hear
guess.
Edwin or Aurora say what they like.
If you want, you
I
can
think
vote. Why
if
don't you
they-
vote in chat?
Okay.
So either lower
Offense.
damage or lower health for the elemental.
Yeah, I'm the only one who cares about the damage, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been fine with it going either way, but yeah.
So you finalize the battle plan. Ruji's car nods and says, "We will do our best to keep the pain on it, and hopefully the poor creature will be brought down sooner." Alright, so let me make a note of that.
Wait, are they able to tell us its AC? Is that something we could know?
You can. Well, you'll know that pretty quick when you start attacking it. But from what they described, mechanically speaking, and kind of your experience with it, it is equivalent to about a CR 18 creature. Just FYI.
Oh,
So it's pretty
good
cool.
Yeah.
lord.
Just casual CR18, you know?
Well, that's why you gave us the, That's why you gave us that, probably, because good lord. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
quite
I'll
dangerous.
use my magic crossbow then.
I mean, you could.
Give it us-
Or go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was just like, these were two 16s, so imagine what the 18's gonna be like.
Yeah, you could try to convince the Gith to help out even more, but that might not necessarily
I think-
anger them, but yeah, kind of maybe annoy them a little.
Considering we're trying to curry the favor with them, it's probably not worth it.
Hey, any chance we can purchase some an artillery strike?
Don't suppose you got a you got a ballistic missile there?
Call in a barrage.
Or the stealth bombers?
Airstrike. Alright, so we're passing the evening.
During
Yeah.
this time, do I have 10 hours before rest?
You have enough. Are you talking about like a downtime activity?
Specifically 10 hours, because I want to scribe a 5th level, so that takes 10 hours, a little more than a work day.
So they start at 10 a.m. I think.
Yeah, but
So-
we've been here
I don't know
since
how
like
much
2 though, right? We've been passing time since like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean we have been passing some
Oh,
time today.
Or if he stays up till midnight working, he could finish that up.
I mean, it's
Cramming-
technically
Cramming in at 4.
It's technically 4 p.m. now after
Alright.
what happened, but sure, I'll say you were, because I don't think after the altar you were doing anything, so we could say you were scribing a spell earlier. It's fine.
Alright.
And I should be able to finish up that greater healing potion that I started a while back, if we're passing 8 hours today.
That does remind me, I now have, because I now have 3 graders on me.
I have 2 regular, and I should finish up this fresh grader here before we go to bed. So, does anyone else not have any?
I don't have any.
All right, I'm gonna give
Sorry, what was the question? I zoned out for a second.
healing potions.
What about them?
What do you have?
I have 3 greater right now.
I think I have 2 normal.
I have 2 normal, and I'm about to finish brewing a greater. Aurora, do you have any?
Any
Potions.
Any potions of healing?
nope.
Okay, so we need to get 1 or 2 into each of Robert and Aurora's
I
hand.
can give one to Robert and
Okay, I'll
Aurora.
give. Okay, so you have 1 greater left then, Eldwin?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you one of my regulars, Eldwin, and because you sometimes end up tanking, and then I'll keep the other regular and the greater that I'm just finishing.
Hey, don't forget those health potions weigh half a pound.
Yes, that's true.
I'm lucky I am.
Because a lot of us are close enough where that matters. Like, I could not carry another health potion.
I am 0.2 away from 120.
When I add the potion from the compendium, it says it's weight 0.
Did they change?
Which potion is
They
this?
make-
Greater healing.
Did they remove the weight from potions in the new rules?
There's the 2014 compendium. There's the 2014 sheet, but it's still the same potion, I think.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Oh, if anything, I'm going to eat a ration today.
Does say
So-
weight. Does say weight 0.
Yeah, they used to be half a pound, but maybe they changed it.
Because
Uh,
liquid generally is
based-
more heavy.
based on what I'm looking at the roll 20, the weight is 0.5.
that's half a pound.
It might be
Oh,
the
that's weird.
old rules. Just say it's half a pound. It should probably be at least half a pound. So you might just need to add like 0.5 or something.
Yeah, no, this is the 2024 rules. They weigh half a pound.
Oh, it's weird because when I looked at
Oh, so is it the
the
old rules?
Well, no,
Both the old
I just looked up a greater healing potion, and it said 0 for the weight. So maybe
In roll 20, in D&D
yeah.
Beyond, it says yeah, half a pound. I
so
don't know.
Maybe
It doesn't.
they entered it wrong or something. But yeah,
On
just-
I
roll
don't-
20, I'm looking at the 2024 rules since you can look at both versions. Both versions are the same.
I'm just looking at the item potion of greater healing, and it's listed weight 0, but it should be 0.5. Because yeah, I don't.
It's weird because the normal one is 0.5. If you look at the normal one, then they all say 0.5 for all the normal ones.
Well, yeah, they should all. Because I mean, it's not like the greater healing potions weigh more. It's still the same amount of liquid, just more potent.
Same amount of liquid, yeah.
But
And we-
I think it's the vial that weighs. That is the weight,
It's-
not the liquid.
Well, it's a glass vial in the liquid, because you know, liquid has more weight because it's more dense. Well, it depends
we're
on.
spending
the-
too much time on
But
a
yeah,
potion.
it's yeah, it's 0.5. It's fine. So the time is passing. Any other questions as we go? Okay.
Oh yeah, I completely lost track of it, but I was gonna pop my head in the library just to see if I did see Reldon and my invisibility was up.
All right. You would not find anyone in the library.
I will figure that out later.
All right. So the day passes, or is passing. Yeah, Reldum is nowhere to be found. I don't think there's any way to scavenge food in this place, so you would have to
I
spend.
have 5 rations.
Yeah, so make sure
Yeah.
everyone spends a ration to eat for the night.
Anyone
Well,
need a ration?
Hey, now we can pick up more stuff again.
Yeah. Here, someone did someone say they need a ration?
I use one. I have my own.
Okay.
Anyone need rations? I have 11 still.
I don't
Yeah.
eat.
I'm down to 4, but I'm good.
Yeah, I'm down to 4
I-
rations also.
All right.
Uh,
So
I
DM
forgot that these
question.
weigh 2 pounds each.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm down to 3 rations, so I'm good.
food
for
is
now.
heavy.
Uh,
Yes.
DM, if I use hide in the middle of a hide in the middle of combat, does it have to be total darkness, half cover, or what to gain advantage?
You just need cover from your target to stealth.
Total
And-
cover or like half cover?
Just
Since
cover.
we're planning to
So
Since we're
Okay.
planning to initiate this attack tomorrow, I assume we could kind of do some strategic planning on where we want to draw the creature so that we have good cover or battle area.
At least enough to give me cover to gain advantage.
Have some
So the plan
Uh,
was that
rock
you
formations
guys. Or go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I was just thinking that we could probably, talk with the elementals and decide which side of where to kind of draw the creature or initiate the battle, so that we maybe can pick some place where there's some rock formations or cliff sides or something where we could get high ground or cover, or I don't know, something like that. Can we kind of include that in our plan?
So they were planning to hit it in the kind of out in the wasteland area away from the temple, just to try to keep any boulders from damaging the temple itself. But you could try you could try to draw it over to the rocks, but I mean, the difficult terrain of rocky areas would probably affect the group more than it would affect the thing, because it is big
Can we
footsteps.
maybe do some survival checks while we're planning this assault to kind of see if we can come up with the best spot that might give us something? I don't know. It's fine. Okay.
Since we're at the top, since Nasir brought up cover, are we playing by 2024 rules of cover, or are we playing homebrew cover rules?
Well, I have kind of a simplified cover system where you either have cover or you don't. I haven't actually looked into the 2024 rules yet.
I think it's more or less the
Because-
same as the old ones with half.
Yeah,
so-
It's just that in the 2024 rules, we get bonuses to dexterity save.
So is that with AoE spells as well?
It
Is
just
it all
says plus
dex
2 bonus
saves?
to AC and dexterity saving throws.
What's the bonus?
It's the same as the AC
so-
bonus.
So
Yeah,
plus
same as
2?
AC. Yeah, plus
Yeah.
2 or plus 5 with 3/4.
I don't really use the 3/4. I just use cover or no cover, just because people
Okay.
can be a little complicated. So I just
Also, plus 5 is such a ridiculous
Yeah,
bonus.
for real, yeah.
yeah. So either you have cover or you don't, basically. And yeah, I do. I know in the at least I think in the old rules, certain AoE spells kind of ignored cover, but maybe they changed it in 2024.
I think it's pretty much like Fireball, which specifies that it goes around curves and stuff. I think that
Oh yeah.
doesn't.
Oh yeah.
I know that's Fireball's one that doesn't actually get
Okay.
affected by cover, but I think a lot of them do.
All right, so then yeah, it would be basically a plus 2 bonus if you have cover from an AoE effect or whatever.
As long as it doesn't wrap around walls.
Huh?
As long as it doesn't wrap around walls.
Yeah, I mean, some things do, other things don't. But
fair enough.
okay, so yeah, you can try to take cover from certain explosions and stuff. All right,
Do we
so-
want to plan to start out with any I don't know, flying, or is there anyone have any thoughts on?
Here's the problem, right? Is if we do anything with flying, if that person gets hit once,
Yeah.
they'll probably immediately drop in concentration and we're all falling.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So time is passing. You all eat, spend your ration, and are going to sleep in the evening. Let me just consult the dice for a moment.
Sleep. What's that? These plebs need to sleep 12 plus hours.
8.
All right.
8
so
hours.
As,
Well, 6
don't see it.
and 2.
as
and
you're,
two,
as everyone's kind of sleeping, I'll say Nasira, you are awoken by a light coming from the west of you.
Okay. West of. Oh, okay. From the.
Yeah, up here.
I would.
Looks like
near the portal.
there's some light coming from the library. You
I
look
would
around
get up.
and it seems like yeah, it's just you here. You don't see any of your people. Which is kind of odd.
Oh, are the others sleeping elsewhere?
You don't know. You thought they were all here when you went to bed.
Okay. I would reach for Niffy
All right.
and kind of tell her like what I'm seeing and get her thoughts, and then I'm gonna get up very quietly and stealth over to the light to peek into the library.
So strangely enough, Niffy does not respond when you try to talk to her. The dagger
Oh.
remains silent.
Okay. Then I'm more anxious now than than I was before. Can I try a stealth and try and get a peek in here?
Sure, give me a stealth check. Alright, so you quietly tiptoe over to the library area. And yeah, you can peek in if you like. You would see Reldon kind of standing at one of these shelves, paging through a tome. Though he doesn't look back at you. You're not sure he notices you or, detects you.
I think I'm gonna go back down here and like, are there lights on? Or is it dark? Well, I guess I have blind sight, so. But I'm sure that my companions weren't where I thought they were.
Yeah, so you wouldn't see any of your companions.
Okay. Wizard.
So
what's
the old man kind of closes the tome and turns around and says, it's you.
What is happening? Why? Something is off. Something isn't right.
He says, well, that, yes, I suppose, that would, it would seem that way. But I do have an important message for you. And, only for you. He starts walking towards you.
Stop. Explain yourself. Don't come closer.
He says, well, as I said, I just have a message to give you. I suppose I can do it from back here, but would have rather whispered it just in case there are prying ears. This is not for anyone but you.
There is no one here. My companions are missing, and there's something else afoot.
He says, oh, well, they're not here, but I'm sure they're listening.
Explain.
He says, well, I can only really give you the message. Hopefully you can make sense of it.
From who does the message come?
Do you remember the windmill?
In character, do I remember the windmill?
You don't even know what a windmill is.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, out of character, I feel like I know it. Yeah, I was like. All right. She's gonna furrow her brow, and what is this riddle? Windmill.
He says, there is a gateway set up, an escape. Your barbarian carries a useful dagger. Hidden behind the armor, you'll find a way out. It might be
Barbarian, of what do you speak? A way out of where?
He says it might be the only chance you have. As you know, the situation is dire.
I do not know.
He says you don't, but someone does.
Oh my word. Yeah, she's probably more irritated than anything at the puzzles. What does it mean? I don't understand.
He just smiles and says, I wish you all luck. And then steps back in the library.
I'll peek around the corner. Is he like still there?
Alright. As you attempt to follow him in, it seems like he's gone.
Okay. I'll like slap myself across the face.
Alright. You awaken back out in
Okay.
the hall. You're like, oh,
Okay.
what a weird dream. You see everyone else is asleep around you.
Okay, I'm going to pick up Niffy and see if I can talk with her.
She says, where did you go?
You sensed my absence.
I did.
I yours, and I would tell her what happened, and I would get up and come look in the library as well.
She says, who were you talking to?
I would explain everything that I can remember in the message.
Says,
A dagger hidden behind the armor, the only way out, the windmill,
she says, that doesn't make any sense to me.
barbarian.
And this person you spoke to, have you seen him before in your dreams?
In my dreams, no, he's the wizard that we found in the anti-magic cell when we cleared this temple. The
She
one who
says,
called himself Reldon.
those cells were empty. What do you mean?
No. Aurora freed a wizard. Just yesterday.
She says, I sense no wizard. Was there someone else there?
Yes. After we fought the engines, we opened those cells and there was a wizard. He spoke to us. He gave us a name. He wore a red robe. And he helped us. He helped Anvir and Eldwin figure out that altar to drain the lava, and he helped close the portal.
Strange. I did not sense any other beings besides your group.
Are there
Perhaps-
any
Perhaps
beings
he,
that...
perhaps he was hiding himself from things such as myself.
Is that a form of magic that you know is possible? That something could... Some type of beings or magic could conceal from you?
I mean, with the arcane, just about anything is possible. I can't say I've encountered it before, though. Very odd.
Yes, magic is such a headache, it seems. So,
And all your friends saw this person too.
well, now I doubt myself, and I will have to speak with them in the morning.
Yeah, might be a good idea, just to make sure you weren't hallucinating or under the effect of some powerful creature or charm.
And I assume the library is empty.
Yeah, it doesn't look like... in fact, you have survival, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Roll.
No one's been in here besides you all.
All right, I'm gonna go back to bed. But I'll want to talk with the group first thing tomorrow.
Alright, so that's the only thing that happens during the night. You would go back to bed, and it is now the 45th of summer. You would all get your long rest.
Just quickly for my notes, what was the other thing he said? Do you remember the windmill? Your barbarian carries an important dagger and something about armor?
The dagger was behind the armor or something.
He said there was escape behind the armor.
It was-
Escape behind the armor. Okay. Oh my. So in the morning, I would, as soon as we all wake up, I'd gather the group and say, do all of you recall the prisoner that we found in the
I'll
The cells
refill you
yonder.
guys all because your tokens were broken. So I couldn't. Actually, I'm going to repull Nasira as well. Because they fixed the tokens, but old tokens were not fixed. You just
I'm
make
assuming
sure
we
these-
do group remember?
I don't know what you're talking about in a certain.
Who knows? Maybe that is what you say. Do we remember him?
Yeah, maybe
yeah,
that
you
is
all-
what Robert said.
You all remember talking to him. You haven't seen him since.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vanished around the same time the elementals showed up, I think Robert said.
I had a very
Well-
strange dream last night, and I'd explain the dream, and then I would explain even stranger once I awoke and was able to speak with Niffy again. She has not sensed any presence.
And just FYI,
half day.
Reldon was here when the elementals first came. He kind of stepped away sometime between their arrival and the first time you started speaking with what's his face?
Yeah.
Their,
Sorry, to
Speaking
clarify,
before-
maybe I misspoke. I did just mean to
Ruji's
say
car.
around the time.
All right,
Yeah.
so everyone from our group remembers him. Does Scoville remember him?
Scoville wasn't here for
Scoville, Scoville would say, remember who?
The
Oh.
prisoner that we freed from the cells yonder, the one wearing red, the old man.
The cells were empty. There was no one in there.
And now every single one of us is shitting ourselves.
Robert's not too
I'm
worried
not-
about it.
I'm not.
So I would
go check
also,
the cell.
particularly to Anvir and Eldwin, Nasira would also share the fact, like that Niffy couldn't sense him either, and doesn't think there was anyone in the cells.
Do any of us have any idea what the hell can do that?
I don't know. I'm going to check the cell. Look
I mean,
for.
I guess you could make an Arcana check, or maybe a History check.
I'll go history because Arcana is not my strong suit.
Okay, Eldwin.
Oh!
So,
terrible, but-
I mean, there are those who can hide their presence, but not usually just from one particular person. Yeah,
in this
you-
case, two particular, very different entities.
Yeah, like Eldwin, you aren't aware of a way that he would only be, perceivable to your group. That seems really weird.
And it's not like he wasn't here. He closed the portal and he lowered the lava level. So it's not like he was just in our heads.
Unless we're all actually on fire right now.
DM. What
Nope,
kind of check?
hold
Do,
on.
Down at my stumps.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like,
Wayne.
well, I
Maybe
got
you did the.
what kind of check do I need to make to see if the cell has been occupied?
I guess you could
Survival,
do would be more like survival or investigation. Either of those.
Oh,
you
I
could
see two
use.
Auroras.
I only see
Yeah, I
one.
don't know
I'll
why.
help. Oh, no, never mind, you
just
did
The
great.
cell appears empty. The only signs of passage are the ones you all made when you explored it.
So there's no evidence of another person.
No.
Guys, we have a problem. You might want to come see this.
Can I get a light on my token? I'll cast light on my amulet.
Alright, so you.
I would cast light,
up.
but I cast it on Robert.
Thank you.
Go ahead, mark yourself with the. Yeah.
What did you find, Aurora?
Based on the patterns everyone made that I remember, there is no one that's been in the cell.
Okay, well,
Why do
I
you have
don't
to come
see the
over for
problem
you to tell
here.
us that?
Yes! Because why not?
Okay, so
This
what's
is
necessarily the problem here, guys? It's some magic shit. You guys do it all the time.
That is.
That's level of magic
That's-
I've never even heard of.
That's beyond. Robert, are you alright?
What's Robert doing?
Your token is just moving wildly on my screen.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm doing that.
It is very distracting to try and talk when you've just got your token just go dum 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 dum.
Yeah,
Imagine
it's
our
back.
heads move.
Robert
like-
turned into a cat at 3 a.m.
It's like
He's
watching
facing
a
back-
tennis match. Just heads
Yeah,
going
he's
back
face-
and forth.
He's
Just
facing back and
breakdancing.
forth. He doesn't say anything about magic, but is fucking terrified of this magic. Boom.
There's. Yeah, that is a level of
did
magic
you-
I've never heard of.
Also, did he give our staff back?
We never gave him anything.
Didn't we
You
give
lent
him the
your staff
What
of the
staff
Staff
War
of
Mage
the
or
War
something?
Mage?
Yeah, actually! Where's my star?
Good question.
I said it was a loner! I'll tell you what, that better be magically enhanced when I get it back.
Bon, check your
Okay, I don't see how that's relevant to the situation at hand. Henri.
If I search around, do I see my staff?
Yeah, you would actually find it in the pack where you
Huh?
where you left it.
The fuck?
Huh? I wasn't in the bag. I carried it around just because.
Well,
like,
then
I
it
was
would be
carrying
on your back when you woke up this morning.
Okay. Okay, all the things become weird now.
Maybe it was just an illusion left behind by the devils. Like, I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
But he closed the portal. Actually,
Closed the
immediately
portal.
after saying that, I go look at the portal.
Well, I mean, the portal looks
Like
the same. It was never opened. It just had, from
Sure.
what you had studied of it, there's just the potential of opening it.
There's 3 Nasiras, 2 Roberts. I mean, 2 Nasiras, 2 Roberts, 3 Auroras.
Yeah, I
You
just
probably need
refreshed
to
and-
refresh.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
I've refreshed 3 times. It keeps happening, so I'm giving up. All right.
I
Well, perhaps we just are overdue for some R&R. Let's take care of today's business and.
Technically, you
Get out
just
of here.
rested.
So,
Well, I meant more
me
like.
and Eldon have 2
vacation.
7th level spell slots?
Yes. So if you drew from the altar, you would have 1 extra spell slot today of your highest level.
My highest level is 0, so.
0.
We
it
didn't draw
is.
from it.
Question.
You have an additional casting of your cantrip today?
Third question, DM. Would you, the 2d6 fire damage on a weapon, do you do that for the ammo or for the weapon itself?
1 d6, he
It
said.
was 1d6.
Oh,
It would be
1d6.
for the weapon. Ammo fired would have the enchantment.
Could Rob enchant the revolver for today?
I mean,
What?
they asked that only the spellcasters do it.
Remember that we're about to go up against something that's immune to fire.
Yeah.
You're right. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why they said only have the spellcasters, because they wanted to save energy. Alright.
And at least this actually does have a benefit that helps them in the long end.
Yeah, that's a big benefit. Those 7th level spell slots. Yeah.
Oh yeah!
And so, did you want to do something with the portal there, Henri?
No, yeah, no. We already sorted that out.
Are you sure?
Well, why don't we
All right, let's
do
enact our plan. Yeah.
why don't we do a break before we start things up?
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then,
too easy, because I'm still looking at a couple of things anyway, so that helps.
Alright,
Yeah,
baby.
I'm gonna go take my dog out.
I'm just trying to figure out if there are any cleric spells I'm forgetting that might help with fire
think-
or well, not
yeah,
even fire resistance. We already have fire resistance. That's not going to help, but maybe anything else.
Yeah, I think we want to try and just do big damage and pull out the big guns early, because that's what we told the elementals to do, the offensive thing. So don't hold back. Nasira, I mean, there's not much else she can do, so she's gonna run in there and punch, and she's gonna be taking damage, but she's gonna try and give it everything and see if we can wear him down quickly.
Yeah, I think there's only one spell that would help against the bludgeoning damage, and it's just not worth it compared to other stuff I could be doing,
Sure.
which is skin to stone. That's the only thing I could do that would help against bludgeoning, and considering that's concentration, I could be doing much better things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I'm already going to be probably giving my concentration to Robert, so he can do his extra damages.
With what?
Holy weapon.
Oh, okay. That's radiant,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah, it's 2d8 every attack.
A sunbeam might be a good one. Don't you have that?
Yeah, I have Sunbeam. That's but here's the thing, right?
Concentration as well, yeah.
Robert is effectively Sunbeam if I cast Holy Whip on him because it's 68. It just doesn't do the blinded or have a con save. It's just
Yeah,
he's
but
got
he
to
gets
attack.
a lot of attacks. Yeah, yeah.
And it would benefit from crits.
Nice.
Because the way it's worded is weapon attacks made with it deal 2d8 extra damage. So it's not, immediately after dealing damage or something like that. It's counted as the weapon damage.
Nice. So do you
I can
have
also detonate it whenever I want.
So if you're concentrating on holy weapon, like, do you have like are your 6th and 7th level spells concentration, or do you have
Oh,
big,
100%.
big boom stuff for
but,
that?
It will probably. Here's the thing: is sadly, clerics just don't have many. A lot of cleric spells are either like healing or concentration.
What about harm? Well, I've never used it, but I don't know. You might have a good con. Never mind.
I'm going to assume the giant CR18 Lava Keeper is gonna have at least like a. I would be surprised if it's not a double-digit Constitution saving throw.
So we
You
want...
tell me that thing has less than 10 con save, I will eat my hat. But yeah, and then because there's not really good. I'm trying to see if I'm forgetting any, but
Well, and honestly, those higher level spell slots, depending on how things go, big upcasts.
I'll shoot a huge fucking guiding bolt.
Well, or big upcasts of heals if there's a really serious
Yeah, that's true.
situation. And obviously not something you want to, have to do with your big slots, but something to keep in your back pocket.
You know what I could potentially do?
What's that?
Cast Aid at 7th level.
Ooh. And that's
'Cause
not
that would give-
concentration.
Yeah, and then
That's
I could
actually
give
not a bad idea. That would be 35 extra hit points for all of us.
No, it'd be for 3 people unless I cast
Oh,
it both
3.
times.
Oh, that's right. It ups the amount and not the number of people when you upcast. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always 3 people you can give it to.
That's still more HP than heal gives. Between
Heal?
spread over 3 people, 35 times 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
Actually, heal is 6th level and does an additional 10, so at 7th level it's 80.
Oh, okay. All right. So
It's
yeah, but still
more, but not as big of a difference.
that might honestly that's not a bad idea as a use for your extra 7th.
Because I'm looking at some of these spells that I have, and a lot of them are not going to do much against him. I do also have Death Wards I could cast. I will probably use every single one of my 4th level slots to cast Death Ward.
That's not a bad idea either, because Nasira's going to have to be basically like burning herself, but I'm just going to go all in with everything.
We're going to be resistant though, which will help.
True, but if he hits me a couple times, I'm not resistant to bludgeoning. I'm resistant to fire.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing about skin to stone.
I'm gonna try to run up him and like stand on his shoulder or something. Like I don't know what Lou will allow, but I'm gonna try to like make it hard for him to like hit me. And then also that would give Aurora sneak attacks. And she can.
Fair, you're pretty hard to hit to begin with.
Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking of asking Eldwin if I can use those bracers that we got last week. I don't want to use them.
He's only keeping them in case he ends up going to the new rules, but he'll probably give them to you.
I don't want them permanently because I have to give up one of my other attunements in order to use them. But for this battle, I would maybe give up my Dagger of Blind Sight and use the 2 extra HP or AC for the fight,
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can do. Because you're pretty safe with the saving throws at least, but like the rest of us, that's gonna be the shit thing is the saving throws.
Is it Aura of Purity?
Concentration, all the auras are concentration.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, okay, I can do it, but then I'm not giving Robert his damage. And I feel like since we've already committed to having this thing's HP reduced instead of its damage, I feel like we just need to
Big
try
guns.
and get rid of it.
Because, I mean, it's probably going to have legendary actions, so it might have as many actions per round as we have. But still, if we give our biggest guns
There's a
on it
potential
that
because
first round or two, then it could be enough.
here's the thing: is I do agree. There's a high chance that there is, but it's possible that it isn't either. It could just be a massive goddamn tank of a thing that doesn't care about extractions because it probably does area of effect damage and stuff like that.
What are we doing?
I've been talking too much and trying to sort my spells. I'm actually going to do something
Go ahead,
before
do
we
that.
get started again.
Hey, Eldwin, are you back? No, okay. All right, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm back.
So just burst this thing down from like round 1, right?
Yeah, I think we should pull out all of our abilities right off the bat.
Alright, I'm going to use priority die on every attack, action surge, everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do stunning strikes because it would be a waste of ki, because I'm sure this thing has amazing con saves. But I'm definitely going to do like flurries of blows and yeah, ki on every turn. I'm planning to try to run up this monster and like be on him, you know.
You know, to attack on Titan that shit.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna burn me, but if we give him everything we've got for a couple rounds, it might be enough. And I'm thinking it might make it harder for him to hit me if I'm like on his leg, on his shoulder or something.
Well, it is resistant to piercing, but it won't be resistant to the radiant.
Yeah, it's limiting me a lot though on what I'm able to do.
Yeah.
Because
You want- you
so
can just
many of
cast
my
You can just
My-
cast spells if you prefer.
My scribe.
yeah.
my
Well, here's
scribe-
the thing: is so many of my spells are like concentration, and like I was thinking about getting Conjure Celestial out.
Well, how about this? Before the battle, we're probably going to be able to use our effects, right? Like Holy Weapon, take our resistance potions and everything.
Yeah.
Holy Weapon is concentration though, so like.
Yeah, no, hold on. Listen to what I'm going to say. Right? So, the first round, whichever one of us rolls higher, we can just swap initiative. I mean, so I'm the higher one. Right? So I get the damage in. Then come your turn, you can cast your other concentration spell.
Yeah, but then I've wasted a spell that lasts an hour and would give you 68 a round, and just turned it off.
Yeah, but I'm going to action surge. I'm going to pull out all the stops round 1.
Fair.
It's not a bad
Uh,
plan, even if you don't automatically plan on dropping it. It's not a bad plan that like you give it to him before the combat. He gets that, pulls out all his stops that first round, and then maybe by round 2 or 3 you will see a situation where you think it makes sense to drop it in favor of something else. But like gives you the option, and you still got some good bang from it. You know.
It's a shame you're not more melee focused, Robert, because if you get within 30 feet of it, what I can do is on my turn, I can blow it up. Holy Weapon, after you cast it, as a bonus action on a subsequent turn, you can make it explode.
You want me to throw my crossbow at it?
Can you cast it on like one of his pieces of ammunition?
What did
Yeah,
I
well, if I
fucking
did that,
come
then it would
back
just
to?
be the one attack then.
Yeah.
I come back to Robert apparently throwing his crossbow. What the fuck did I come back to?
We're trying to figure out if there's a way that we can have Holy Weapon go off, have him like use the full round action surge of Holy Weapon, then get up close. So on my turn, I can use the bonus action to make it blow up. Because on subsequent turns, you can make it burst into radiance and like deal damage and blind people.
Well, have fun with that.
Right, you have access to steady aim, right, Aurora?
It is a
Yeah,
con
what?
saving throw though, so it probably is safe.
Do I have what?
Access to steady aim, which that only other rogues.
Yeah, that's how you can get sneak attack. If you use your bonus
I
action,
fucking do. But
you
to
just
be
can't
fair,
move.
Steady aim.
Steady
also-
aim's goated.
also I have this.
Called
So advantage during hide, and if I miss, the attack doesn't reveal my location. Yeah, thank you. I'm taking that.
Yeah. So it's a shame I can't have just trying to think what maybe the best actual. I just had an idea. I wonder if I can argue with Lou that your gauntlets are a weapon or.
You mean,
Nasira?
Nasira, yeah.
What did I say?
Aurora.
Oh, that's my bad. I am operating on like 2 hours of sleep.
So what does the holy weapon do exactly? It adds the radiant, or it changes the damage to radiant? Because I'm
Extra.
Dad.
it's adds. Okay, well then that
Yeah.
could be an option.
Because you have.
Most of my damage is bludgeoning, so it should be relatively effective against this guy compared to fire. I can't do my poison, but yeah.
I think he said bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical, so I think you're fine because of the monk shit.
The key
No.
key
He
infusion.
just said slashing and piercing.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was
Okay,
slashing and piercing.
I thought he said bludgeoning as well.
Yeah.
It was probably because I heard the other two and just assumed I missed the third.
Right, if you want me to melee, I can, like I said, I can take this
Here,
potion
Robert.
of,
Robert, do you wanna borrow-
strength.
Robert, do you want to borrow my storm boomerang? It's not attunement, and it would give you another ranged option.
I
Probably.
think that's probably better just for you.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Because
I mean, it's only. I mean, the lightning damage only happens once per day, so
yeah.
once you hit.
resistant to
that-
lightning.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's right. Was it resistant to lightning? Lightning?
Yeah, it was resistant to lightning,
I guess that's similar to fire. isn't it?
acid.
Someone write this down. Someone write this down. No,
Right.
I don't think it was resistant to acid. I think it was immune to poison.
No, it
No,
was resistant
it's
to acid
still
and immune to
resistant to
Was it
acid.
resistant to acid as well? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
I
it's
am
acid.
90%
and
sure he said
fire.
all 3 physicals, by the way.
I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was 2 of the physicals, but
Yeah, he only said piercing and slashing.
Let's double check when he gets back.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's just because in my brain, I'm like, why wouldn't it be?
mhm.
If I remember correctly, it was resistant to acid, lightning, piercing, and slashing, and immune
That's what I
to
heard.
fire.
Fire
Fire.
and poison.
Can't be knocked
Yeah.
prone.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
any
correct.
condition
Be
you want to
charmed,
apply,
get
it
poisoned.
doesn't work on him.
Right.
Oh, did I see Luke show up? Did you say bludgeoning as well? Because they reckon you didn't, and I thought you did.
Bludgeoning affects it normally, from what they said.
Okay.
Like he's not like resistant or vulnerable to it. It's just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out
he
of
said
the-
it's vulnerable to nothing.
Out of the three most common weapon types, bludgeoning is the best because it has the least resistances and immunities.
Now, Sierra is entirely built around bludgeoning damage. That's why she uses boomerangs. There's not a lot of ranged options that do bludgeoning,
I
so
think,
that's how that happened.
I know oozes are resistant or immune to bludgeoning, depending
Oh, that
on
makes sense, yeah.
how powerful
Resistant,
they
I
are.
think.
Yeah.
By the way, Lou, I'm handing the braces over to Nsira.
Yeah, so at the end of the
Okay.
long rest, I would be unattuned to my Dagger of Blind Sight and attuned to the bracers, just for today.
All right.
Since
so
I'm planning to crawl all over a heat monster.
Oh, bracer of defense, right?
Yeah.
yes. Which,
She doesn't want them permanently because she wants that blind sight back, but for today, it might help.
All right. So you all ready?
I think so.
Can I attune
So-
to your blind sight?
If you wanted to, but I don't know if it's going to help you in this combat.
You never know, actually.
Okay, yeah. If you wanted to, like when I took the bracers last night, you can borrow the dagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
What's
and you
the
don't
dagger
have
of
to-
blind sight?
Is this
You don't have to
Nifty?
wield it. It has to be. No, it's the dagger of blind sight.
Oh, okay.
I've never attacked with it. I only wear it.
Funny enough, I think we found both of them in the Elephant Temple.
No, the blind sight was a was
think
one
she
of my
started
very
with that.
early wish list rolls.
Yeah, I think we found it at the Elephant Temple.
Was it?
I think it was
You
around
found a bunch
then,
of
at the
stuff
very
there.
least.
Okay, I thought I had it before that, but that's fine. You might be right.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it might not come up, but it's better to not need it and have it than
Yeah,
need
like
it
if we
and
end up
not
in
have
a
it.
smoke, yeah, if we end up in a smoke cloud or something, it might make a difference. So yeah, by all means, take it. And that's 30 feet, so it's one of the best blind sights you can get in the game.
Oh, that's huge, yeah. I mean, it's only for the one battle anyways.
I mean, it's an attunement slot, so it's kind of expensive, but it's still come in handy a couple times.
Yeah, I'm not attuned to anything. Oh, wait, no, the cloak. I'm attuned to the cloak.
all right.
So I have two attunements now.
The salamanders have been able to track it and lure it out into an area in the wasteland. So I assume we're just going to engage it there.
I think
Before we do that,
I think we're gonna try to approach with some degree of stealth, so we can get in good position. But go ahead, Anvir. I know you've got some prep to do.
yeah, I was going to. So before we even start heading, like while we're still at the temple, I'm going to do. How do I want to do this? I have a bunch of pre-combat spells I wish to cast. So
Well,
I
with
think I'm going
the elementals coming with you, there's no real way you can stealth up on this thing. However, as you approach, they can approach in a way where you'll basically be coming in from cover, so it won't see you until you get close. But it wouldn't
They're
be
a
surprised.
distraction for us to get closer. I see. Yeah.
That said, you couldn't. Well, I guess you could precast spells as long as they were at least 10 minutes of length.
These,
Yeah.
the ones I'm talking about this second are like 8-hour ones. They're like for the days.
Oh well, yeah, you could cast those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These ones I'm specifically casting. There's another one I plan on casting once we get a little closer. But these ones I'm planning to cast.
Does one of those spells grant temp HP?
No.
Alright, then I'll cast False Light on myself using my extra 7.
Nice.
I'm
No,
going.
Fuck
to-
yeah. That's huge, actually.
I don't want any of us to die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to already use both of my 7ths before we even leave the temple.
Both 7s?
Both 7ths, and I'm going to cast. Actually, do we have an NPC with us that's going to be joining this combat?
Oh yeah, can we grab Bowley?
I mean, if you want to try to go back to the ship, otherwise, although if you do that, there's a chance like it could mess up the plan, and you could.
It's not possible.
I don't think either of them will add enough
no,
for it to be worth it
I-
in this fight.
Yeah, no, this works out fine then. I'm still going to use both my 7th. I'll just use them in a slightly different way now.
Yeah, I mean, usually
Um,
I just let you poof someone in, but because, he actually died, I would say you'd have to go get reinforcements.
So, I... Who... Trying to figure out who of us is the squisher. So, effectively what I was going to do was I was going to do aid twice at 7th level to get 6 of us, but then I realized that if there's not 6 of us, I can probably do it in a better way. So, what I'm going to do now is cast aid at 7th level and power word fortify. But that actually is power word. Yeah. So now I've just got to figure out who I'm giving which one to. So 3 people are going to get 35 additional max hit points, and 2 people
God
will
dang.
get 60 temporary hit points.
Someone else take the temp.
Yeah, I'll give so just so I can cast this and know I've cast it 7th level. So I'll give that to Eldwin. Let's go Eldwin, Nasira, and Robert will get the aid.
Okay.
How much is this at this
Actually,
level?
30.
sorry. Maybe I should give the temp to Nasira, actually, because that will be a bigger boost to a frontline battle. Yeah, so I'll give yeah, sorry, now I'm confusing myself now because I changed it last second. But yeah, so I'll give the aid to Eldwin, Robert, and Aurora.
And that's plus 35.
Plus 35 max HP, as long as I've done my math correctly.
Yeah, and
it's-
It's additional max HP. Like
Sorry.
it increases
sorry.
your max and it increases your current HP.
Sorry. 5 less than that. It should be 30.
30. Okay.
I think 5.
Yeah, 30.
Okay. So I'm not getting aid, but I got the temp. Is that right?
Power word fortify.
Is that
Yeah, sorry. So I'm casting Fortify on, because I have terrible deck saves, I'm casting that on myself and you, and I'm casting it on you because I feel like you're going to be the one constantly taking fire damage because you're going to be in the melee with it.
okay? What is that?
Huh?
120 temp HP.
No, I'm
God.
casting it on me and her, so I'm splitting it in half. So it's a
Ah.
maximum of 120 dispersed how I choose.
Okay, so I'm getting 60 temp HP.
And I'm also getting 60 temp
Amazing.
HP.
That's fantastic.
Hey,
And
can't you give me
then-
temp HP with your cleric passive or something?
No, that's the old subclass, my man. But
Ah.
what I am also going to do is on. I won't do. Aurora has evasion, so I think she can maybe survive more than we can. And then the other thing I'm going to do before we leave the temple is on, let's say, let's go me, Robert, and Eldwin, because I feel like we're gonna get hit by deck saves a lot more often. I'm gonna hit all 3 of us with Death Ward.
Oh,
That,
So
Well,
I'm gonna
also-
use all of my 4th level spell slots.
to be fair, also me and Sarah both have evasion and high
Yeah,
dex save.
that's what I was thinking. It's like I feel like they're gonna be able to escape more things than we can.
A plus 10 dexterity and evasion. Yes, please.
And then once we get to that position where you're like, as long as it's 10 minutes, you can cast it. I'm casting Holy Weapon on Robert's bow,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Crossbow.
Yeah.
And crossbow.
I'm doing every spell.
Under the book.
I just cast 6 spells.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Hey, this is what
That's-
the cleric does.
Yeah, baby.
All right, guys. You ready?
Love to see it.
Okay, let's go. Try not to die.
And
Let's go
before the battle
forward.
starts, I take my potion of fire resistance.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
How long do those last?
Oh yeah, Aurora and Anvir need to do that as well. It's an hour.
Okay, there now. Okay, so
Alright.
around the time I'd be doing Holy Weapon, we'd all be drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, around the, yep.
All right.
And now we're combat ready.
Love it. I fucking
Those were
love it.
amazing spells on me.
Yeah, they're so good.
I was like, I have 2 7th levels. I'm gonna make them bloody count.
Well, I'm also going to use my Gauntlet Spectral Arms for the first time. I've never done that because I could only do it once a day, and I hadn't done it yet because I haven't had the gauntlets very long. So I just realized I may not have to be standing on him. I have to be close. I have to be within 30 feet, but I may not have to stand on him and take as much fire damage as I was expecting. We'll see. She might still end up on him.
All right.
And I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
You, with the salamanders, make your way into the wasteland. In the distance, you see the large creature, but luckily there is enough cover that you can get close before you are noticed.
Also, if possible, I would like to hide before combat starts.
Oh, this is a big map. I can't even see the whole thing while fully zoomed out.
Oh, jeez.
Alright.
God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I would like to get a bonus action in before combat starts, but it needs to be immediately before combat starts, so...
Oh, if we need light, would have been
What
casted.
bonus
Probably
action are you
casted,
trying
right?
to do?
I want to activate my gauntlets.
How long
But
do
it
those
lasts-
last?
It's only a minute.
So minute, we would have to wait for initiative.
I have to use my first round. Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. So you come rushing up. No.
If
Hey,
I'm
do we
gonna,
need? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, basically with the laws, her thing with the gauntlets. If I'm hiding before combat starts, I'm assuming I'm fine and don't have to hide in the middle of combat.
Well, you can't hide when combat starts just because there's too many. Like the whole force is approaching. But when it starts, you can do. You can find cover and hide. So for your starting positions,
Oh.
you can spread out up to 30 feet from your starting token where I placed you. You don't have to worry about difficult terrain. Or I'll say you can start out up to your speed from where I placed you.
Oh, okay.
Which would, for most of us, actually be
As
25.
I say,
at the
-5
moment,
for
'cause we're
most
all
of
light in
us.
combat.
Oh yeah, and yeah, keep in mind your encumbrance if
What's
you are.
the wait? So what? Where's the point of we can be 30 feet from?
Nasira's way up.
Where I placed your
I-
token. So basically, you kind of get a free
Okay.
move as you come running out.
Okay, but you placed me at the back of the group.
Yeah, just kind of ran.
So I
Yeah,
have to measure from
you-
here, not from where you put other members of the group.
Well, I just kind of put you in a random spot because I just assumed like you were basically kind of running towards it as like it noticed you. So I just kind of placed you. I mean, I guess you may have been up front if you wanted, but it's only like a 10-foot difference.
Put me 20 feet behind Anvir. But yeah, if I can go from where he was, then that'd be great.
I'm running the cover.
That makes a big difference, you know. So if he was here, I could go to here.
Sure.
So is this
if
whole
you,
area more or less like low lit because I can see him?
Oh yeah, you should be able to see him. It is
Yes.
lit.
Okay.
All right, so
So-
give me initiative rolls.
Here we go.
Wow, and that's with advantage.
I
I rolled super poorly, of course. I rolled natural one.
Few rolls.
Oh yeah, don't forget to do all your max HPs. And...
All right.
Yeah, so don't forget, Eldwin, Robert, and Aurora. You all have 35 maximum
Yeah.
HP increase.
Yeah.
So
I did.
immediately, a bunch of the fire creatures start lobbing attacks at him, which will reduce his health a bit. But during the battle, first person to act is going to be Eldwin.
Nice.
Alright. I'm going to, for my bonus action, activate my Blade Song.
Okay.
Well, I've gotta make sure. And I've got my cloak active. I'm going to run up 35 feet. And then I'm definitely in range. And then for my action, I'm going to cast at 4th level Psychic Glance.
Alright, so you hurl a Psychic Lance at him.
Is there some kind of mark we can put on the tokens that have Death Ward so we remember between games? Like, I'm probably going to put it... I'll try and put it in the journal now, but just so they can remember, like, if it's popped or not.
Well, that's up to you guys. I don't have an official mark, but you can choose
Oh,
something.
good. I'm just making sure, because I don't know if we'll finish this combat before the end of the sessions.
Alright,
Oh,
so,
fucking no way.
you, Eldwin, you blast him with a bolt of psychic energy. He is gonna fail, dealing your first level of wounds. So what does that look like?
Like it's psychic energy, so I guess he would start like holding his head a little bit. Maybe a little blood starts trickling out of its ears, or I guess lava.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he seems a bit disrupted by your psychic attack, becoming incapacitated? Yeah.
Yep.
So that is it for you.
Yep.
All right. So Eldwin's turn ends. Nasira.
So for my bonus action, I will activate my gauntlets, or activate the rune on my gauntlets, which is the paragraph nearer to the bottom there. The fists last for 1 minute, 30 feet range on unarmed strikes. And then I'm gonna go a bit closer, but I'm gonna go like away from Eldwin so we can't be hit by the same boulders. And once I'm within 30 feet of him, I'm gonna start wailing on him. Okay.
Throwing your boomerang.
No, I'm using my spectral arms to do unarmed attacks at a 30-foot range.
Spectral arms. All right.
That's the paragraph I just read, yeah.
All right. So you start attacking. Yeah, 30 is gonna strike it with the first punch, doing 14 points of damage with the spectral hit. 28 strikes again, doing another 16 to it.
Action surge and do 2 more unarmed.
Okay. Yeah, 23 strikes again, cracking some more rock for another 15. Spectral strikes continue to land, but the 12 is going to miss on the last one.
Okay. And I think I'm probably in a lot of danger here, but yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here. Hopefully, if he goes after me, he doesn't go after anyone else. So, okay.
All right. So Aurora.
Yes. Quick question. What is this? Is this like a giant boulder, or?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of lava there, probably created by this thing as it was moving around. So it's difficult terrain and hazardous terrain. Probably deals damage if you move into it.
Okay. Bonus action. I will attempt to hide.
Okay. So you duck into the shadows. 25 would be enough, so you are successfully stealthing from it. You don't think it detects you.
And I will toss a dagger its way, which would be a straight roll. So 22.
Do you have range on it right now? I think
I
your
do have my
dagger
dagger.
only goes 60 feet.
The
He's a
City
special.
120.
His is special. It has longer ranges.
Oh, okay. Is that a new thing?
I didn't realize that either. I'm wondering. I'm curious.
Might be
now.
new
I
with
wonder
the
that.
new rules. All right, so that would be a wash. 22 would strike. So you would
With
do
10.
10 psychic, furthering the onslaught of initial damage. All right, anything else?
No, that would be it for me. Oh wait, I will move over here.
All right, Robert.
I'm going to move my movement feet this way. And then with my... I should be arranging my hand crossbow here. Yeah. I'm going to shoot it with my hand crossbow. I ignore the range penalties because of sharpshooter.
All right.
Then he-
18 is just enough. Its AC is 18.
Perfect. I'll add a distracting strike on top of it.
All right, so that would be 8 points of damage because it does resist this.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 10 are radiant. I don't know why it's not showing up.
Oh, so that would
It's
be
there when you mouse over it. yeah.
13 points of damage with the radiant.
Yes, and then a D10. This one will be halved.
All right, so another 3.
And the next person other than Robert has advantage on the attack.
All right, so that is it for Robert.
Crossbow. That's my first attack.
Oh, second attack.
My
Fighter attacking once.
Yeah,
What is
that's
this?
Well, there's just a lot of stuff.
attack number 2, hand crossbow. Oh, I'll
Precision,
heroic inspiration. My human reroll.
human reroll. All right.
Yeah, human reroll.
Might have been better to save that for a deck save.
Nah, we're fine. We're
Oh,
fine.
you've got the other fight, I think, for saves.
All
Then.
right, 25
Yeah.
is gonna strike.
And I'll
So
add another superiority die.
it's 9, 14, or
Yeah.
14, and what else?
Yeah, another superiority die. I'll make an amassing attack.
Wait, is it resistant to magical damage or just non-magical
So
weapons?
18. There is no magic weapon resistance anymore. It's
Okay.
just
I was
damage types now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, is it immune to fear?
It is.
Okay. Hand crossbow attack number 3, a 30.
Yep, that is gonna strike.
I'll add another menacing attack just to get an extra d10 of damage out there.
Alright, so that's going to be 13, 5, and 4. So 22 as you continue to chip away at this thing.
I'll action surge.
Alright, give me some more attacks.
Crossbow 19.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
these
good.
are all vexed because of the crossbow mastery.
Alright, so 26 on that one.
I'll use another menacing attack. Got another d10.
Wait, that means you didn't need to use your reroll then, because you would have had a 25.
Well, I already used it though.
So
It is what it is.
5, is 12, 13, 13.
Yeah, you can't have a 1.
Alright, so yeah, a
Attack number
bunch of
2.
chips.
Hey, great.
Alright.
Does he double the radiant damage?
It should double
yes.
radiant, right? Alright, and
I think you
I'll
have to
add
roll it again.
Yeah. I'll of course add my last superiority die.
You need to add another 2d8 and double the d8s.
So /R, 2d10,
So
and then /R,
6,
Oh!
10, 15
8.
plus.
The 2d8 are radiant.
It should be 1d8 extra, not 2.
No, it's the holy weapon is 2d.
Oh, it's 2? Alright.
Yeah, it's 2d8 every attack. He's just
9. So 6, 15. What's the 2d10?
My last superiority die, yeah.
Alright, so 10.
Because why not?
Yeah, you gotta burst it down. And that'll be the end of my turn.
16. Alright. Alright.
Some
so yeah,
big fucking number.
there's a bunch of little chips on it as the crossbow bolts are pinking it, and it just looks over angrily at you. Alright, so for its turn, it charges forward.
no.
It
Oh,
is
no.
incapacitated, but it is going to attempt to trample Nasira. I need a dex save, DC 19.
It'll be fine. I say that and she rolled a 1.
You're gonna jinx me.
So you dive out of the way as this thing kind of smashes against you. Luckily not a direct hit. So you would take... Let's see...
No damage.
14 bludgeoning. But
No
you are
damage,
not
'cause of
knocked
evasion.
prone.
No damage.
Oh, alright, yeah, dex save. Alright, so it can't take any action, so it's going to end its turn here. And you would see it start to regenerate.
Oh no. Fucking hell.
Anvir,
We gotta figure out what
Alright.
you
that
were
off.
kind of like, wait, what? They didn't
The
say
elementals
anything
left
about-
something out.
they didn't say
Yeah,
anything about regenerating. Alright, go ahead, Anvir.
Yeah, just get some water. He needs some milk.
I wish I had my druid. Throw some
So, just
cones
to
of cold or
clarify, 'cause
something.
I feel like I have come. Like, am I pretty? Like,
Oh, and he
can
would've
he see
moved.
me where I am? I just don't understand how much cover this thing is giving me because
He can hear you. So unless you're
Yeah, but I'm
stealthing,
like-
he kind of has an idea of where you are. Because he's aware.
I just meant more like I'm out of view of being having things lobbed at me.
Yeah, other than like explosions or something.
Yeah, cool.
Don't forget the next attack on it besides myself has advantage.
Did he leave my...
Well,
Did he
you
walk
threatened
away from me?
15 feet, right?
Well, I don't know, dude. My normal is 5 feet. I do have spectral arms right now, but does that change my oppie?
If it changes your reach, it does.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Wait,
then I'll
what if it only changes the reach on her turn?
So I can't take oppies when I'm using my... But no, because there's
Unarmed
an
strikes
ability...
you make on your turn have a reach of 30 feet.
Yeah.
which means right now
Oh.
she has
Oh.
normal range.
Alright.
Because
well,
it
then you
even
would be
says
right here.
that I can make him do a strength saving throw if he. I mean, I don't think it'll be effective against him, but like when I make oppies. So okay. So then yeah, I would hit him once.
Oh no, he said then he.
No,
Oh,
he
alright,
would
okay.
stay in range if you only threaten 5 feet. Alright, so Anvir, what are you doing?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Sorry. So you said next attack has advantage on it. That changes
Yep.
what I was actually going to do.
Big old guiding
Uh,
bolt.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to poke my head out. Can I like, if I'm standing here, can I like just poke my head around, or would I have to move to be able to see it?
You can peek.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if I was close enough to the edge of this area where I'd be able to peek.
Yeah, you can move your token up to 5 feet to peek.
Yeah, so like here, I
Without
would be able to.
moving. Yeah,
So I can see him from here.
I think so, if your token can.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If I move here, I can see him.
I can't see him from your view from there.
I must have vision through someone else's token by accident then, because I
Alright.
can see him.
Let's check that. Who were you? I may have just never taken it away, because, yeah.
I don't have control. Is the group token still here by accident?
Uh,
Because I do see a light source on the map, like right here. like a radiating source of light from here.
From where?
Well, Eldwin's got light on him, and Robert has light on him.
Hold on, let me try refreshing. Maybe it's just.
Let me
glitchy.
check everyone, make sure you're not.
Actually, Lou, you should probably remove Nasira's. Well, I guess she has dark vision, even though she doesn't have blind sight right now. So. never mind.
Okay, no, it was just glitched. I've refreshed and now I don't see him.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Okay, so okay, that's all sorted. So I'll peek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, I think it's thought the group thing was still there for me. Just gotta open my character sheet again, but I am going to be doing a... Yeah, screw it, we're going hell for leather. Let's do a... I'll keep the 6th for later, but I'll do a 5th level guiding bolt.
Alright, so you are blasting him with a guiding bolt.
Oh, sweet mother of Jesus.
17.
Bravo.
You don't have anything that'll give you a
I
plus
rolled-
1.
I
No,
rolled
that,
a 3 and a 6.
That is gonna miss, unfortunately. Blast under his
Should
arm
have
or
used the
something.
insight point.
Should've used it, man.
Anything else?
Hold on, let me just do the... Well, actually, no, I don't want to do the damage roll. I'll just take the 5th level spell away. I don't want to see what I could have done.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
There's
I don't
nothing that
need
gives
that
you a plus
psychic
1,
damage
man.
to myself. No.
That hurt.
Hold on. What's the range of one of my features? Just double checking something. Yeah, nah, that's not happening. So I stop peeking,
Yeah.
and then I'll just move a little bit further back, so I'm even more covered, and then that will probably be my turn.
Alright, so at the end of your turn, the creature is going to spend all 4 of his legendary action points.
4.
Oh,
There.
God, this is gonna hurt.
Oh.
As you see, basically he starts erupting from his head as like fire and like brimstone, like flaming rocks start flying all over the place. So at the start of the next round, Eldwin, I need a dex save as a big old
Oh,
flaming
God.
rock comes flying at you. They're
Oh.
like flying at all of you right now.
ugh.
And so unfortunately you don't get out of the way in time.
Oh.
So you
I'm going to lose
take-
all my temp here.
let's see.
Watch it be all your temp and your normal HP.
14 bludgeoning and 14 fire.
Oh, it's actually not bad.
Oh no, you
to
don't take
fire?
fire. You're
Yep,
immune
I'm
to
resistant to fire,
Yeah.
so it's 21 total.
Yeah, luckily, as the big flaming like ball of rock hits you, you just kind of get clipped by it, and the flames don't hurt as much as you thought they would.
Oh, I guess it was lava that you were immune to.
If it's lava, is he technically fully immune to it?
No, it's not lava. It's like flaming rocks, basically. 'Cause if it was lava, it
Worth
would
a
hit
shot.
the rest of you a lot harder.
It was worth a shot.
No, he
That
has
would've been
lava
very
on him,
dumb.
like dripping down, but these are more just, fiery things. So what are you doing for your turn, Eldwin?
Alright, for my action, I'm going to cast a Mind Sliver on him.
Okay. Oh, the spell you cast last time was the Psychic Lance. That just disables him for 1 turn, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yep,
what I
till the
thought.
beginning of my next turn.
So he's back in business now. In save, he is going to fail it. So he takes another 8 Psychic.
And he'll get a minus d4 on his next saving throw, which will be right now, because I'm going to use my second 7th level to cast Draconic Transformation.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I will make sure that I don't hit Nasira with this. So, yep, I'll just straight up fly 55 feet into the air.
Alright, so you start concentrating on Draconic Transformation, flying upward.
Do like a downward cone, yeah.
And I forget the notation for how high up we are.
A fly symbol and then a number for each square up. So 3 would be 15 feet.
Oh, jeez. So.
Can you write 11? Wait, did you say
Yeah, I
55
just
feet?
like. It's like I can't
You're
really
just
do
in
a
the
lot.
air. You're in the air. Just boom.
Wrong wing. That's
Fine.
And then I
Oh,
get to
wow.
do my breath weapon with the same bonus action, just angled so that it doesn't hit Nasira.
Alright, so you blast a breath weapon down. You put on Shadow Blade, by the way, not Flight. It's the other wing.
Wait one.
it's the
Grab the
far
wrong
left one. It's the one on the far left column.
It's the chicken wing.
Didn't you know we had a Shadow Blade?
It was made because of you back in the day.
Yeah, I have it in case I ever lose my sword, but it hasn't happened since.
You've graduated to some pretty badass weaponry. Alright, so you fly up. What's the saving throw for this breath weapon?
It is a DC 19 dex save,
Alright, well, I don't think you can even make that.
because he also gets a minus D4 from Mind Sliver.
No, so he is going to fail and just stands there as he's blasted. So 18 force damage. Alright, anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Alright, Nasira, I need a dex save. There's a big
Oh no.
rock.
I think I failed.
It's like, what do I need to? Oh god! Just smacks
And
it.
you were right there.
So she would take. So you take half, right?
I take half from the evasion, and then I also am already resistant to fire.
Alright, so 11 fire goes to 5, which goes to 2 fire, and 7 bludgeoning from 14 from the hit.
So 9
9
total.
points of damage.
Yeah, so
Nice.
9 points of damage on that.
I took that from temp. Or, yeah, from the temp, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay. Yeah, I would like to try to run up the side of this guy. And, like,
Alright, so he does have a bunch of lava on him. That will deal a
well,
lot of
I'm gonna
damage.
say I want to stay next to him so that Aurora can have sneak attack for a round or two. So I'm just gonna deal with it for a little while. But I'm thinking it might be harder for him to attack me if I'm on him. So I want to try and like just run up his leg and just be on his shoulder.
Alright, yes, that is fine. So running up him initially will expose you to the lava, so I have to roll damage for that. Let's see.
I'm gonna put like the up arrow just to remind us that.
So 45 fire is gonna have to 22 fire with your resistance as you rush up the side of him. He's about 30 feet tall, so you can run up onto him. But he is basically like a hazard, so like you're basically going to be taking this damage each round that you're on him. Just FYI.
I'm not gonna. I don't plan to be here very long. I'm hoping
Okay.
to shorten combat by just
Yeah, it's
wailing
like
on him. So.
spewing lava everywhere around.
And then yeah, I'm gonna try and chip away at his neck.
Okay. So 27 strikes him. Being this close, however, you would take some fire damage. So it's going to be 10, which is half to 5. Though you deal 14 to him.
All right. I'm gonna call out. If you can, try different damage types. We got to figure out how to turn off this regen. To my.
I only have one damage type.
So
I understand. Just I meant the others, the magic-y ones.
yeah, 22 would strike him again, dealing another 10 fire damage as you deal 12 to him, cracking him.
Keep going.
Yeah,
something
25
like that,
hits on a third hit, doing another
I'll
11.
apply hands just to see if he takes the necrotic.
He would. So 18 and another 10 fire to you.
And last
And then
hit.
Okay.
I'm going to assume
So
because he's immune to poison.
remember to
Yeah,
use,
the poison doesn't matter.
Remember to
I
use
just did it
chat
with the
during her
necrotic.
turn just to keep the
Sorry.
voice free. So 28 will strike for another 14.
Now, if I am within 5 feet of him, I take damage. If I'm standing on him, I take damage. It's the same, right?
Yeah, so it's the lava damage and then the heat damage from punching him.
So even if I jumped down or whatever and wasn't on him anymore, I'm still going to take the same amount.
If you're within 5 feet and you melee attack him, you take the heat damage, which is
Oh no,
fire.
I understand that each time I attack him, but I'm talking about when I end my turn. If I stay where I am, where I'm standing on his shoulder, then I will take damage when I start my next turn, right? If I'm still up there. But you said that if I. But you also said that.
If you end your turn on him, next turn you'll take damage.
But if I end my turn right next to him within 5 feet, I still take damage, right?
Only
the
from
same?
attacking, not from the lava. The lava is because you are on him.
Oh. Okay, in that case, I am gonna go ahead and I guess running up him wasn't important then. Okay, all right.
Because he's basically covered in lava, so like you're right next
Yeah.
to it as you're running up him.
I guess I didn't need to do that then. For some reason, I thought that it was different. Okay. Shoot, I didn't have to take some of that damage. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump back down.
Alright, so you're gonna do your monk fall.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think you can shrug off 30 damage, right?
Up to 60, yeah.
Alright. Or 30 feet. So yeah, I'll say you like jump down and do a tumble. Now, did you take 5 fire for each of those attacks?
Each time you told me, I subtracted.
'Cause
Oh,
I
for
didn't-
each,
Yeah.
oh, I
didn't
think
see
you only
your-
hit one. Oh, do I have to do, what, 3 more?
Yeah,
So that would be
so you would take
I know.
5 damage each time you hit him. It was 10 fire, but then it would be half to 5 because of your resistance.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll just subtract. Yeah.
So that is it for you, I assume.
Yep.
Aurora. So I need a dex save.
I should be fine, hopefully.
Alright,
Yep.
so you do a dive as another rock comes in, exploding near you.
Yeah, shit. Since Nasera's in 5 feet, I will not hide yet and just attack with the dagger.
Alright.
Fuck.
Oh, that unfortunately is going.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Nope.
Okay. So you're using one of your
Yep.
dice.
Yep.
Alright, so that would confirm the hit. There is a blast of psychic energy, and the creature would take 32. Which is
32?
going to put it to 2 levels of wound.
34.
Or 34, right?
And bonus action, I will hide around the corner.
Okay.
So 35.
Yeah, what is going on?
There's never been 5 people in this party. There's only been 4.
Aurora. Who's Aurora? What?
Who's this Aurora person you keep talking about?
Just disappeared.
So I think for
Alright.
some reason I'm a light
Alright.
source.
No.
Well, there's light everywhere.
Yeah, but I think oh no, it's probably just my dark vision radius.
Yeah, it
that's
could
what
be your
is.
dark
That- yeah.
vision. So Robert, at the start of your turn, I need a dex save. as a little meteor comes in towards you.
Dexterity save. What's the DC?
It is 19, so that would make it.
Oh,
barely.
perfect.
So you would take
Don't worry, we still got me to go.
7 fire and 5 bludgeoning as you dodge the majority of the damage there.
Alright, and I have resistance to fire, so that would be what, 3? 4?
That would be 3 fire.
3
5
fire and 5 bludgeoning. 146 minus 8, because I can't do math. Okay.
Alright, so what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna shoot it 3 times.
Alright.
That's number 1.
29,
29, baby.
29 strikes with the first, striking it for 10 points.
Now he gets my Mastery Vex, giving me advantage on my next crossbow attack.
Yeah. So
20.
20. Yeah, that's gonna strike a second time for another 7. Another
What are
chip.
you doing with that radiant roll, mate?
I know, right? And then last crossbow attack, D7.
Right,
Henry.
so that's going to be another 15 points as he is chipped a bit more.
And then
Anything
I'll
else?
Yeah, I'll just move my movement speed this way. And then my turn.
Alright, so the creature gains 40 health.
Yo, fuck!
Generating. For its turn,
Am I-
it gets its legendaries back. And Nasira, you are threatening it, but I think this turn it's going to use a Firmarole. So basically, it blasts even more fire and brimstone from atop of it, now just like filling the area with all these like boulders and fire coming down at you. I need everyone to give me con saves, as heat and smoke and basically like
What?
con saves. DC
Even
19.
me with a full wall of cover in front of me?
Yeah, it makes the whole area like smoky and fiery.
Oh, I wasn't
Uh,
sure if I could
is
maybe
there-
argue that.
Is there a range for this? Or just
Uh,
everyone?
So I think, yeah, you are all within range of it.
Do I want to
Oh,
use an
Jesus.
insight
This thing
point?
This is over 60 feet.
I'm
Yeah. Oh, I guess you
I'm
would
s-
you would see it's 90 feet.
Okay, it's
The
90
range of
feet.
it.
I'm scared,
con
so I'm going
save?
to use an insight point and hope for the best. So +2 to whatever I roll.
Okay.
That one's flying, right?
Oh, I rolled
Yeah,
really well,
what?
actually.
But you said it's 90 feet, so
Wait, what's
Yeah,
the
it's
DC? I
basically
might
like
just use
smoke
my...
and flame all around it. The DC is 19 con save.
I'm the only one who made it.
I'll just use my Indomitable.
Okay, so reroll
One of my
plus
2.
your level.
Yes, here, let me put it to chat if I can find it, because I'm blind.
Do I have anything to get this +1? Fuck.
Okay, go Indomitable. -1 Indomitable.
I love this low
Ah.
constitution squad. 2 + 2 + 2 + 2. Mine's technically a +2, but I have it green.
Wait,
So
did
that's a
anyone,
42 con save.
did anyone use the fire resist potions?
Yes, we all did.
Yeah, we
before.
did.
Oh,
We
okay.
drank them.
Good, I figured you did. I just didn't remember hearing about it.
Yeah, when you were like, oh, you have a period as long as it's 10 minutes, we're like, yeah, we
Does a 42
Dear
save?
Aurora and Robert. You had the potions, yeah.
Yeah, 42 would save. So,
42 will save, really?
oh yeah, because you add 14 to that, so
Yeah, you had my spider level.
Alright, so if you failed it, you would take 21 bludgeoning and 26 fire. If you made it, you take 10 bludgeoning and 13 fire.
resistance
Half
so
to
7.
7.
Resistance so 7 fire, or is that already halved?
No, I just gave you the full amounts. So, like I said, Failure was 21, 26.
Oh, yeah.
21 bludgeoning,
So then-
26 fire. If you made it, you take 10 bludgeoning and 13 fire. And then
So
you
everyone
fly.
have the fire, half the fire again because of resistance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 13.
6 or 7.
I think it's rounded down for
think
that.
it's
Did
If
you
it's
make it or
25.
did you fail?
Succeed. I succeeded. I was the only one who
So
rolled.
then, if you're talking about the fire damage, you took 5.
Half of 13, 5.
Well,
7.
half of 21 is 10, and oh wait, sorry, that's the bludgeoning. Half
Sorry.
of 26 is 13. Half of that is what? 6? Yeah, 6.
Yeah,
Six?
that was the point we were at.
Oh.
We were rounding up or down.
I get +1 HP.
You always
then.
round down. There's nothing you round up in D&D. It's always round down.
I have to just make a Connie's throw.
Well, there are some abilities that specify rounding up, but
Yeah,
very
but-
few.
But-
I'm gonna use
I have Warcaster.
Razor
Thank God I have
point on my-
Warcaster.
on
Mhm.
my on my concentration check. Whew, it's a good thing I did.
All right. Anyone
Zira
else?
has- Nasira looks wounded for the first time.
Ow.
Ooh, 60 are gone already?
Yeah. Well, I thought that I took the same damage standing next to him, so that's why I ran up him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken that damage.
Alright,
But
so I want to finish
I
out
did
the
rob it.
round. So that's going to be it for the. Well, he'll try to trample Nasira again. So give me another deck save. DC 19. Okay, so you'd make it, taking no damage. Anvir, I need another deck save as another one of these things comes careening towards you.
I'm going to assume I don't get cover from this one.
No, you would, because you're behind the thing. So I'll give you the +2 to the deck save. Maybe it'll hit the rock instead. Oh, wah, wah. Alright, so unfortunately you are struck, taking 10 fire and 17 bludgeoning.
So fire half, so 22 total. Make another Constitution save to see if my spell stays up. Warcaster, so yes.
So yeah,
Well,
you
actually,
do
he
hold the
plays, yes.
spell. And that's going to end the round. So I think we're going to have to
I-
end there.
I don't get my turn.
yeah, he
Oh,
skipped his
that's right. It's your turn. What are you doing?
I was gonna see if something would work for me. So I'm gonna move 10 feet here and then, like, do the peak.
Okay.
Range. Just confirming I'm in range. Yep. And I'm going to hope maybe he isn't going to be a big fan of what I try and attack him with. Part of a cleric, not cleric, part of elves is you get to have one wizard cantrip that you can change out every long rest. I chose Ray of Frost, so I'm going to attack him with that.
Nice.
All right. So you fire a ray of frost at him. 24 is going to strike. He's going to do 22 cold. And that does disable his regeneration.
Yes!
I
Like,
was
we know what
hoping it
Anvir's
would.
doing for the rest of the combat.
As he starts to
Yep.
stiffen up a bit.
Nice.
And then I will go back to hiding behind my rock.
He also has 10 feet less of movement.
True.
Yes, that is also
Wait,
true.
is it 10 or 5?
Probably good. All right, so that will end the round, and we'll probably have to come back to it next week. Let's do MVP votes.
Is there a emote or a thing for hiding?
Yeah, it's the
It's a
boot.
little. Yeah.
Boots.
I was actually debating bringing Mindsliver along and swapping it out last night, and then I just didn't. And then I looked at my spell list, and I'm like, well, they didn't say cold. I may as well try.
Alright,
That's
guys.
All
So
right,
good.
Anvir with 3
Ah.
votes, you are MVP. Congrats.
Hey.
Alright, Henri. Since a lot of things seem to regen HP, maybe we should take Chill Touch.
Yeah, that honestly, I might do that.
Not a bad idea for me.
Now Chill Touch is a melee spell for you.
Oh, no way!
Oh yeah, that's right. They changed it to actually be a chip.
It's now cold and melee instead of necrotic and
It's
range.
kind of silly that it was called chill and was necrotic.
Chill
and
Touch,
ranged.
and it was
Well,
neither
necrotic.
cold nor range or
Or
melee.
touch.
I feel like they still could have called it Withering Touch and just be like, you spectral or Withering Hand that touches the enemy. But like, yeah, I do get like Chill Touch is very misleading.
At like 120 feet. That forget what I
Yeah.
said about Chill Touch.
Alright. Any comments on the game? Things you liked or disliked?
Why do you want us dead so much, man? No, I'm kidding.
well, isn't the
Hey, you could have let them just
consequences
fight
of our
it.
own action?
Honestly, I think it's going pretty well. Like we're in round 3, and I've only just. I mean, I've been running around on this guy and getting trampled by this guy, and I've only just now used up the temp.
It's like, yeah, we're honestly not doing bad.
It doesn't mean that these are big damages, and but I do think that overall we've figured out the regen thing. So we're in a good spot. We just gotta keep at it.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
so
we
glad I
prepped
had that.
really well.
Because I've been using
Alright, guys, we'll see you later. Good night,
Um,
bye.
using
good night,
Fireball,
guys.
but everything has been immune to fire, so I got rid of Firebolt.
But yeah.
And I put Ray of Frost up, and then everything had been resistant to Ray of Frost.
So this is perfection. This makes up for that.
Yeah, and I was gonna get. They said about his intelligence being low, and I was gonna swap it out to Mind Sliver. Just completely forgot, and then saw that was still there, and then everyone was like, "It's regenning. Maybe water will pull it out." And I'm like, "This is the closest I got. Let's hope to God."
Good night, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, see you next time.